The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 442, being recorded on December the 4th, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus walks out today. I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, the Gunny Chief, Henley Mayo is back today. Welcome, Henley, welcome.
Hey everybody, happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays to you as well. And from Little Big Ohio, the Mayo is back.
Hey, what's up, Jesus? How's it going?
Mayo? It's going, buddy, it's going. You know, everything's going good here. We're all good. You can follow us on Twitter at _horriblegamers. Oh, wait, no, hold on. The X at _horriblegamers. You can also leave us a review
on the X.
Oh, we should. I heard the best advertisers are over there. Right?
Yeah, sign up.
Only the best people advertise over there. I think
I thought that was so funny when I seen that thing from Elon on the news. I'm like, whoa.
And leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can review us and rate us on there. Rate us 5 stars if you like. If not, you can rate us whatever you want. Just leave us a review. If you rate us, I would appreciate the review because I read them and I get them from all over the world. Spotify podcast, you can find us on there as well. You can find us on TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcast. You can probably find us, most likely. If you cannot find us, let me know and I'll add us to it. Also, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community is a close group that we have on Facebook. You get on there, anything you post in there stays in there. It's a close group. That means it's private, only for members. It's an exclusive member-only group. And we want to give a big shout out today to our Patreon machines over at patreon.com/horrible gamers that support the show with the monies. Like, hold on, let me pull this up here. Like our friend Leahy, big Merry Christmas and holidays. Happy holidays to Leahy. Big happy holidays to Jason Sams. Happy holidays to Robert Noble. Happy holidays to Chad. Happy holidays to you, Gunny. Happy holidays to Pork Chop Poo. Happy holidays to Nipron, Big Nipron. I see you, Nipron. I've been watching you, man. I know we're friends. I know we talk, but I've seen you post. I've seen you posting very lovely photos of you and your girlfriend. You look very nice together. Very
What's
happy.
up, Johnny?
And best HGP host ever. Thank you, Mayo. Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to Evan Rod Dog Bark Tanaka, which I also constantly get reels from on Instagram. He constantly sends me reels on Instagram. We don't ever speak, but he'll just randomly send me reels like every other day or every day. He'll just send me a random reel, man. I don't know. It'll be some crazy shit sometimes. Sometimes it's funny as fuck, and I laugh, and I enjoy it. Thank you, Evan, for being my real buddy. And big shout out to Bill Garner, the second of his name, renowned first ever HGP Patreon, Father of Dragons, Elden Lord, and Starborn Pirate of the Cosmos. Happy holidays to you and your family, Billy. I hope you have a lot of money because them twins ain't cheap. That's what she said.
No.
them twins ain't cheap, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Yeah, we are here talking about video games. You can also join us on Discord, people, and I want to make an announcement right now. On the Discord this week, or the rest of this few weeks actually, until Christmas Day, we are having a competition. That is right. So, join our Discord, right? You're in the Discord, you join it. You get into the Discord, you click on Christmas Tree Contest. That is a hashtag little # thing under the community chat. You go in there, and all you need to do to enter this contest is post a photo of your Christmas tree. Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas and you're Jewish and you have a Hanukkah or whatever, you can put in your thing, and we'll accept that as well. You know, we'll accept that as well, Gunny.
You could be Muslim. Whatever you are.
Wherever you are, post your holiday things. We'll accept it. Whoever gets the most Santa emojis. I believe, is there a Santa emoji on Discord? I gotta test this. Maybe I'm wrong. But man, I need you to
something out. Yeah,
figure it out. Well, the most. Hold on, is there a fucking Santa emoji? Now I need to know because I can't make these
Probably a
These things
snowflake.
okay. No, there is a Santa emoji. Whoever gets the most Santa emojis, that's where we used to vote, will win. Okay. Now, the voting is going to be open to anyone. So anyone can get in there, look at the photos, and pick their favorite one. You put a Santa emoji next to it. Whoever gets the most will win a $50 gift card to the platform of their choice. Okay. Is that what we agreed on, guys? I don't remember
Yes.
what we were. A $50 gift card to a platform of the choice. Now, if you play Nintendo, we'll give you a $50 gift card to that. If you play on Steam, you're a big Steamer, we'll give you one for that. If you play on Epic, we'll figure out how to get you for that. If you play on Xbox, we'll get you one for the Xbox or PlayStation if you play on PlayStation. Now, that's it. All you have to do to enter, just join the Discord, get in there, post your Christmas trees. We want to see them. I want to see them. Or if you don't have a Christmas tree, post your Hanukkah thing, you know, and we'll figure it all out. We'll vote, man. We'll vote whatever, dude. You know. And if you're a Jehovah Witness and you don't celebrate, well, I don't know what to tell you. I guess don't enter the contest. I don't know. I don't know. This is a Christmas tree contest, Gunny. I don't know what to say.
Hey, whatever your tree is, get it from Google. If you find one on Google.
Oh, no, that's not fair. This
I
has to be
know.
a real photo, Gunny. I don't accept no fucking Google trees. I want real photos of real trees.
Are you going to go to
not-
their house and find okay, this is authentic and it's real, kind of like
We're gonna send a verifier to their house to verify that it's a real photo. We need to verify that you entered the contest legally. All right, but yeah, no, just that's all you have to do to enter, man. We'll give away a gift card, and we're excited. $50. It's on the line.
and for context, this started off with me showing my wife bought a couple trees from Target, I think it was, and it was kind of a plain tree. And it really sparked off this conversation.
Wait,
Plain
it
was, I don't know
barely-
if plain was the word, Gunny.
It was barely a tree, Gunny. It's a fucking
Barely a
stick,
tree.
a
Yeah.
stick with twigs hanging off of it, bro.
That's still
And I don't even know if
okay.
you can say twigs. It was like a couple sticks, and that's it. Like it,
Like,
it had
It
some
looked like
gaps
it
in
had
it.
burned down California style back from 2018. Right? Hey, look, we had a really bad fire
shit.
year 2017-18. Was it 2019? No, I think it was 18.
Yeah.
I mean, literally you got anyway, but yeah, that was like
But
I was
the
like,
fact of the
what?
matter is, this was a fake tree she bought, so she didn't even buy a
We
real one.
Our fake trees. We like our fake trees here in California.
She bought a fake one that was like a
You can't
fucking.
keep real ones over there.
Yeah.
Oh man, she bought
And
a fake one that looks like that. Oh man,
but it
was
really what
funny.
depends. It really barrels down to how you want to dress it up.
Yeah, it
Um,
does. It really
and
does.
yeah, ornaments and different decorations.
Mm-hmm.
So we did two. We did one at the house, one at the apartment, and yeah, actually,
Nice.
Jesus, I want to say I bought a tree. The wife bought a tree topper today from Target, and I put it up today. It's a little hobo, but it's up there. And I think it looks decent
On that tree?
on the tree from the apartment on the twig.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
it can
It's
hold
on
it,
the
huh?
twig tree. Yeah,
So the sweet tree. Oh,
Maybe
okay.
you
take,
won't
like,
see it in
3
the
of the
camera, but
branches
I'm
and
gonna
fold it
post
up.
it.
And that way they can make like a stronger base.
3
Yeah.
extra branches.
It kind of hides the fact that it doesn't have enough needles on it on the tree itself.
They're just very spaced apart. They're there's like a foot gap between all the
There
fucking
is.
needles.
It was so bad. I was like, okay, guys, it
That
was so
shit
bad.
it made me laugh so hard.
I'm
Dude,
gonna.
when you said,
You
when you
just
said
gave me
the
such a hard
photo,
time.
I was fucking laughing so hard. Like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Like, you got
Oh
a
my
tree?
gosh. So
I was laughing so
she
hard.
did return the second tree, and I went
she
back
did?
to my original tree from 6 years ago that we put up at the house. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
now that you've put up this context in Discord, I actually want to go. We actually have in my town. We actually have a Christmas tree store, not a tree store,
Oh.
but a Christmas store.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go down and actually get some more ornaments and anything that I can to dress up. I want to dress the tree up at the house to
Okay.
make it look more full.
Yeah, and I know some people do some real cool trees. Some people don't even use ornaments. Like I've seen some people do some real cool shit with just like lights on the tree. Like they make it look really cool. They just use like ribbons and lights, and it looks really nice. I've seen people do all kinds of stuff with trees. Some trees are just like covered in lights, like completely, like a lot of lights, but really dense. So it kind of like just lights up the entire thing. Um, some trees look really nice. So I'm excited to see what people have, for their holidays and what they have at their homes. And yeah, we will vote as a community for the best one that we think. And just for an FYI, Gunny and Mayo, Gunny walked away, but Mayo, you're my witness. You're kind of disqualified from the contest.
Oh man.
Yeah, all right. So like I can't
Yeah.
have you win, Mayo. Yeah. You may post your tree, but even if you get the most votes, I'm not picking you, Mayo. All right. I'll just default down to the next non-show member. Okay. All right. I might exclude Eric Smith too. I don't know. I might exclude him too. I don't know. And Sean. I don't like him. I might exclude him too. I'm gonna exclude everyone. No, but yeah, I'm excited to see the trees. Let's see them.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get in there.
I'll
Post them.
definitely get a picture up there though. I mean, I'm not trying to win any contest,
Mm.
but we gotta at least put our trees in there. We got
Oh yeah,
a scene.
me
Be an
too. Yeah,
example.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll post
And
mine up.
we gotta talk Gunny into putting a picture of that tree that he sent us in there.
Oh, dude,
Like,
dude,
that thing was
fucking
rough.
tree, man. That tree was fucked up. No, I guess the one thing you could do with that tree, right, is buy like those big ornaments, like the big ones, and maybe use those
Would
on
it
it.
hold them though? Like,
Like, I don't know if it would, but like buy like those big ones, like the ones that are like a fucking foot big or whatever, like those huge ornaments. That's the only thing I could see doing
or
with that
what is it
tree
like
with
my
that much
zoo?
tree.
Like those zoo lights? They like ball them up into looks like an ornament. Like they take a whole strand of lights and make it into like
Yeah,
a ball. Like he maybe do something like that.
you could do something like that,
Not
maybe
as much weight.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like that tree was rough. Anyways, and the price that you said she paid for it, that was insane to me.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like,
no, I think it was for two trees.
oh, okay,
Two
it's
trees.
still
Even if you
kind
took
of kind of
half
in
of
price.
that price was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She returned the other one.
Oh yeah, here in Oregon, man, you could literally buy like a permit. You go down to like the fucking like wildlife office or whatever, or online. I don't know how you do it, but I know you could buy a permit, and you just fucking buy a permit, and they tell you like, all right, this is permit lets you go into the forest as long as it's like a regular like national forest or whatever, like a public forest thing. And you can cut down your own fucking tree, or you can go to like a farm and buy one. I'm like, dude, Christmas trees here are cheap, man. Like they're like $20, $25. Sometimes they're like 40. Usually they start off with like, okay, this tree, they're 45. And then like the closer it gets to Christmas, the less they're selling them. They start slashing the prices, like, oh, now it's $20. Now like if like
Yeah.
the rate the week before Christmas, they're like $10 trees, dude. Like these are all the
Right.
$10 ones, like see there's
They take
usually in
all the
Oregon.
leftovers.
Yeah, usually in Oregon, from what I known from since I lived here, it's most people have real trees. It's rare that we see like that. I don't think I remember ever being in Oregon, going to a house and seeing an artificial one. I've seen artificial ones inside like hospitals and shit. Like those will have like artificial ones. I think just for allergies or whatever. But like most people's houses have real trees around here, man. It's just a thing. But that's because they're so cheap here. But I remember when I lived
Probably
in, but no, I remember when I lived in Vegas, dude. Real trees were expensive as fuck.
They don't have trees in Nevada, do they?
Yeah, no, well they do in the mountains, but like it's real expensive, dude. Like it's not cheap, man. Like to buy a real fucking tree down there, you're spending like $100, if not more, dude.
I mean, because if you're in Las Vegas, you got to probably travel 50 miles to get to an actual. Well, unless they bring a tree farm down to
Well,
you, but
they'll bring him down to Vegas. They'll wrap him up and bring him down right from the mountains or whatever, and they'll sell him at like whatever fucking Home Depot or some shit, right? They're like or Lowe's or whatever. They'll like sell them, but they're not cheap, man. Like real Christmas trees down there are not cheap, Mayo. They're because they're not abundant, you know.
It's
So like,
desert Mayo. I'm telling you, from there to California, the only thing
yeah,
you're going to find is
dude.
Joshua
Right.
trees for the next
Well,
85
that
miles.
that's what Mayo saw, you know, when he came to Arizona. Think of what you saw in Arizona, Mayo. That's fucking like Vegas area, dude. Like that whole
Yeah, that's
fucking
a picture
desert.
image right there. Right.
So like, there's
Some
no trees out there, dude. Yeah,
I would
but
say probably here in Ohio, it's probably like 40% real, 60% fake.
yeah, really, that's kind of weird. I would have figured you guys would have more real trees up there.
I think a lot of people don't like the hassle of watering them and the dead needles, and getting rid of it every year. Because it's not the easiest thing to get rid of and stuff. But people will just like to have their artificial tree and put it up and take it down, put it back in storage,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I've definitely heard that argument before here in Oregon too. I've heard people say they want to get a fake one, but the fake ones here, man, they're expensive. They're like, it's not cheap to buy a fake. Like an artificial tree here, man. Like it's either what you spend what $25 at a fucking parking lot, or you spend $200 on a fucking fake one. You
Yeah,
know,
but
but I
it lasts
guess
you for years, Jesus.
yeah,
It lasts for years.
I guess the fake one, yeah, it
You got to
does
store
last
it,
you.
but still.
Does last you a
Until you
while.
get the pre-lit, then half the lights don't work anymore, like in a couple of years.
Yeah, one light goes out and it breaks out like 40 lights.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see the community's trees, so post them up there. And we'll we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins the gift card. And I'll get it to you like the before New Year's. I'll get a hold of whoever wins and I'll be like, hey, what do you want? Tell me now. Whoever holds your peace. And if they don't want it, then I'll move to the next person, you know? But we'll make sure somebody gets a $50 gift card. The winner will be chosen on Christmas Day. Obviously, that's the cutoff. Um, so yeah, you have about 3 weeks, right? We're just about 20 days out from Christmas,
Yeah.
so you have about 3 weeks to, or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, 20 days to figure it out. Just under 3 weeks, I guess. So, I know most of you guys have your Christmas trees up pretty early every year. Um, Most people do, at least.
I don't know,
But
Jesus. I spoke to a couple community members. They were like, yeah, it's not trees not up yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not naming any names out here, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, they have a couple weeks, Mayo and Gunny, to get their
Get it
shit
up there.
together,
Come
right?
on.
And I don't care what it is. Your tree can look however you want it to look, as long as it looks like a tree, man. I don't care what you do. You put a fucking
You can live outside. You could just be an outside camper, you know?
yeah, and
My
have a
tree,
tree
I
out
sleep
there.
under it.
Yeah, we'll figure. We'll vote best tree, best Christmas tree. All right. Anyways, guys, let's talk about video games that we've been playing. I've been playing Moving Simulator, but it's like real life.
Oh, it's not. It's not on Steam or Epic or
No,
I don't know if
no,
I've heard of it.
no. This is a real moving simulator, Gunny. I know Mayo
yeah,
played it
that one's no
recently.
fun. Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
no fun.
this is a lame one. You actually have to do stuff.
Wait, so you're
Try to.
telling me I'm the only one that actually played real games this week?
No. I
I did.
play games. I play games, but that's what I played first off. But yeah, I ended up moving, got all my stuff moved, and set up now, new place. But now I have to play video games. I guess this is what I do. But I play a lot of Call of Duty. If you want to know what video games I've been playing, played a lot of Call of Duty. Um, So Call of Duty is kind of weird, man. So Modern Warfare 3, I've just been kind of playing that, grinding it out. What I'm grinding really is for the challenges to unlock the stuff that you have to unlock. Because like I told you guys before, the unlocks kind of stop at 25 and you have to complete challenges to unlock the rest of the stuff, and it's kind of lame, honestly. I don't like grinding for them because they force you to change up your game style, right? So because you have to complete the challenge. So sometimes the challenge will be like, oh, get 7 melee kills, or get 7 shotgun kills, or get 3 kills with the sniper rifle, or get 2 headshots with the sidearm. And these things kind of suck because they like force you to kind of be chasing that, till you get it. And it really does change up the way you play the game. I don't know if I like that or not. I don't think I do. I want to just play how I want to play. I don't want to play how they're telling me to play. So, I don't know. I guess it's the future now. It's what it is now. It's the way gaming is now. Everyone
Yeah.
has
Was it
to.
the last Battlefield that did that as well, or is it just Call of Duty that did it? I remember playing a game not too long ago that did that. And took
Well,
it away
Battlefield
from me as well.
Battlefield has challenges, but you don't have to complete them. You know, then and it doesn't pertain to a lot of stuff. I mean, I know
I think
Battlefield had.
wasn't Battlefield based on like just how much you level up?
No, it was based on it was based on how much you level up, but there is some guns like they brought back a lot of guns um from the portal mode, so I guess from the old Battlefields into this game, and some of those do have challenges tied to them where like it'll be like to unlock this gun, you have to get 7 kills with this other gun or 100 kills with this other gun and 20 kills in a match with a sniper rifle or something stupid like that, right? And now you unlock this new sniper rifle that's it's really an old sniper rifle from another game from Battlefield, but we brought it to this game. So yeah, so it kind of does have that a little bit, but a lot of the challenges that I really focus on in Battlefield are mostly for the battle pass, and those don't really bother me, right? Because they're battle pass and they kind of progresses you. You know, when you come, a lot of them are pretty doable. It'll be like get 50 revives, get 100 kills, get 3 revives in a match. Heal 10 friendlies. Provide ammo for people, etc. So that kind of stuff is completable. It's doable and it's achievable. So I like it. But it's only pertaining to the battle pass. And even if you don't do those, the battle pass progresses just by getting XP. Your battle pass is still going up. So you even if you don't want to do those, you're still getting XP towards your battle pass, regardless. Even if you just play a match without doing anything. But most of the time, I find myself playing a match regularly, like in Battlefield, and like by the end of the match, I'll realize I completed 3 or 4 challenges just by playing, because they're just random shit, right? It'll be like run 400 meters or fucking drive a car for 5 kilometers or like run somebody over with the fucking Jeep. So like these challenges are doable and then you just achieve them kind of. And the cool thing about the battle pass in Battlefield is once they unlock, you can complete them whenever. You can literally not play the fucking Battlefield game until the last week of that season of the Battlefield Pass season and do all those challenges in that week, and you'll probably unlock the Battle Pass all the way. Just because they all stack up. They're all there, and you can do them with whatever fucking order you want. It doesn't like force you to do anything, right?
Yeah, use your boost packs.
Or whatever. But yeah, playing Call of Duty, so there's that. I played with Brink and Pigeon the other night. That was pretty fun playing with friends. They were pretty drunk, so it was a fucking fun time, If y'all ever played with Pigeon and Brink, they're
I think I
fucking
have. I think I've
funny
played
ass
with Pigeon before.
motherfuckers.
And Brink. I
Yeah,
mean Brink, obviously.
yeah,
Not
they're
for a
funny
while.
as fuck. Yeah. Um, but it was funny as fuck. We were playing, and at first they were complaining about core, like me being on hardcore, right? Because I only play hardcore. I don't really play the core mode, and they were complaining about hardcore, like how lame it is and how like people camp and how like there's no mini map and it's hard to tell where you're going and whatever. And then when I left because I had to go, I said, "All right, guys, I'll be back," and I left. They said they were switching over to core, and they switched over to core, and then they ended up complaining about it and switched over back to hardcore because they were like, "Fuck core, core is fucking lame. These guys are too bullet spongy." They were all complaining about how bullet spongy people were, and so they didn't like all that. So they ended up going back to hardcore. It was
Hardcore
kind
is
of
rough,
funny.
man. You just have to know. You have to know where they are, right?
Yeah,
Eventually, you learn where they're hiding at.
but
I mean, that's
it's
a
so
challenge in
much
itself.
better. But it's so much better for me to be able to shoot someone and actually kill them than to like playing in core, man. You know, you shoot someone and they run behind the wall,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
heal up and they come back out and kill you because they healed up. And it's kind of
Right. They
that
run
shit.
around the container and then down the
Yeah,
fucking thing. Yeah.
that shit drives me nuts, man. When I shoot someone and I don't
It's
kill
still
them, and
fun though. It's still
it is
fun.
fun, but I don't. It pisses me off sometimes. About the only mode that I like to play in core is maybe like domination, just to rack up the kills. You know, it's kind of easy, but I don't really like core at all. Because I even played that fucking ground war mode that they have where it's 40 players on a match, right? It's like
Yes.
20 versus 20. And even that's core based. So like it's going off the damage that core does. So like people feel bullet spongy, man. You know, you walk into an objective and try to cap it, and you got people shooting at you, and you're trying to shoot back, and you're hitting them, but they're not dying because they keep going behind cover. And it's
Yes.
really it's
Yeah.
frustrating. You're like, fuck, dude.
That's when you bring a
Like,
vehicle in, right? You need cover.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of lame, but yeah, that's Call of Duty, and actually, I've noticed that some of the old maps from Modern Warfare 2, Mayo, they're starting to rotate those into Modern Warfare 3.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that with all the maps. I think they should, right? Just say fuck it, we're gonna merge them. But I guess they really, I don't know, could they? Can they? I don't know how the fuck, like, because this game is not really its own game, man. It's like a fucking It's like an expansion to Modern Warfare 3. Literally, all my guns from Modern Warfare 2 are in this game. All my unlocks, all my guns, they're all in this fucking game. My skins are in this game. It's all in this game, man. It's not its own game. It's an expansion game. It's not a fucking standalone game. It's not.
It's an expansion with new map. I mean, with
Yeah,
the maps that were
I
from
don't. But some of the
whatever.
maps from, but some of the maps from Modern Warfare 2 have been brought into this one. Like Shipment was
Oh, they
brought
brought them in there
into it.
too.
Yeah, there's like another like the Mexican map where you're in that Mexican village town. That one's in Modern Warfare 3 now. Cause I played it there. I was playing Modern Warfare. I'm like, why the fuck am I playing? I was like, am I playing the right game? like even I was confused. I was like, what the fuck am I? Am I playing Modern Warfare 3 or did I click on Modern Warfare 2? Which one am I playing right now? You know, I was a little confused. But no, I was playing Modern Warfare 3 because you could do the tactical stance and all that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was confused. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I played. I also played a little bit of Battlefield. That's going. I like they have something called Rush XL in that game where like it's Rush but it's 128 players and I fucking love that mode. It's just fucking chaos, dude. When you have 64 players defending an objective and another 64 trying to get that objective, it's just sometimes it's just a bloodbath. Like, you know, we either get destroyed or we destroy the other team. Like sometimes it's just like a really good battle. You know, where like they're holding us off at first, but we're using pretty good tactics and pushing them back, and then we get through. Um, but I lost a few matches on that. We just the team that I was playing on just sucked. We couldn't get. There was a fucking. We were playing on that. It was an island map. It's from Battlefield Bad Company, I think, and it was an island map, and we pushed the enemy all the way to the last objectives, dude. We were doing good,
Wake Island.
and then we fell apart. We fucking fell apart. It was just like, what the fuck? We couldn't push them back. They had us. We had to go through like a canyon, and there was like cliffs on each side, and we had to push through the canyon to get to the objectives, and we couldn't get past them. They were like the fucking they were like Spartans, bro. They were just
Yeah.
fucking holding us off like the fucking Spartans, man. Like they literally, honest to God, there was like we were just throwing everything at them, dude, and they would not budge. We would push them a little bit, and then they'd come right back and reinforce the line, and it's like, God damn it, we can't get past it, and we lost. And that was like a
Oh,
45-minute
fine.
match, dude. It was a 45-minute match, just like in I want to say 20 of those minutes was us fighting in that one objective because we couldn't get past them. We were just fucking
Those are the
going and
funnest
going and
ones, though,
going.
right?
But yeah, those are fucking fun. Besides all that, though, I did play a little bit of today I played a little bit of that 6 Days in Fallujah. So now, Mayo, that game it's gonna have a new update pretty soon. They're adding a map called Jolan Park or something. It's like a theme park, and they're saying that it's gonna be different from where, because right now all the maps kind of feel like urban environments, kind of like like buildings, houses, neighborhoods that you're going through. But now it's gonna be like a huge theme park that you're gonna be fighting in.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be different. They said it's gonna be like you're gonna have to be looking for snipers and open sight lines and watching, all around you to make sure no one comes around and flank you. And that game is hard, man. That game is just like it's like Ready or Not, but a little bit even more intense than Ready or Not because the way they did the audio is really cool. The proximity chat, and then if your buddy walks away from you and they're still talking, like the further they walk away, you can kind of hear the distance, as they walk away. So they have to
Right.
use their walkie-talkie to talk to you. Um, and like the guns feel pretty good. The guns feel like they have a lot of kick to them. That they feel like it's pretty realistic. The game, like in terms of like just the way the lighting they use the lighting and the audio is really well done. I was playing today, and we started off on like it was the mission where you have to defend the convoy, and we started off and it was kind of like dusk, so it was kind of still light out. But by the end of the match, it was nighttime. But every so often, like it was dark, and I didn't have a flashlight on my gun because I had the big machine gun, and like we're defending this convoy, and you see guys like you get like the guy on the radio. He's like, all right, we see enemies coming in north from like the north alleyway. So then we run over. I run over there, and I'm trying to cover the alleyway, and then the flares go off in the air, and it lights up the sky, and like these like it's like a white flare, and you see like the light it lights up the whole area. And you kind of just see heads bobbing up and down, running down the alleyway, and you're like, "Holy fuck! There's a lot of guys coming at us!" And you're just fucking trying to defend it. It was kind of cool, like the way the way they did the nighttime lighting was really fucking cool. Like the flares go off, and then they come down, and it's coming down. It gets darker and darker and darker. Then it's kind of almost pitch black. Then another flare goes off, and like it lights it up again. So it's really cool the way they did that. And the enemy AI in that game is actually pretty smart, man. You kind of do feel like you're fighting real like enemies. Like the AI is really fucking good. Like they flank you, they try to do
Oh,
crazy
Jesus,
shit.
tell me about the enemy AI because I haven't watched this game in a while. But
Yeah.
so is it like what's the ratio on the AI versus real people?
So you're on a squad. You have 4 people on your team, and that's all the real players in the match. Everything else is AI. It's kind of like
Oh,
Ready or
that's
Not,
right.
where you have a squad and you're defending an objective, or you're doing a mission. Right now there's 4 different types of missions. So one of them is take out IEDs in a building. So you have to go into an apartment building and find some IEDs and defuse them. Another one is defend the convoy, which all you have to do is defend the convoy, and every so often there'll be a vehicle that comes down the road with bombs attached to it. You got to shoot up the vehicle and blow it up before it reaches the convoy, or it'll be driving down the alleyway, or there's enemies coming with RPGs, or there's a sniper that posts up, or there's a mortar team. Like usually there might be a mortar team that sets up somewhere, and they'll tell you like, "Hey, we see a mortar team on the rooftop in the north section." So you have to go and find so now some of you have, not all of you, like all 4 of you can go, but the best way to do it is to have 2 of you push into the mortar area and take out the mortar team, and then they come back. Problem with that was though I shot my teammate. Apparently I fucking lit him up because I didn't know that he was a friendly. He didn't announce that he was coming back down. So I'm
Yeah.
just I'm watching the alleyway, right? And all I see is him run. Like all I see is a body coming down the alley, like through the rubble. And I'm like, fuck that! I'm fucking lining him up with my machine gun, dude. And nope, that was my friendly. But he he died. He was like, dude, you fucking lit me up. He's like, I didn't even have a chance to call out friendly fire. You just fucking had the drop on me and fucking killed the shit out of me. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like maybe you should have announced that you were coming down the fucking alleyway and I wouldn't have shot you, you know?
You're in the line of fire, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. Literally, I'm watching. They told me watch the alley. Don't let anyone come down this alley. I'm like, okay. I'm watching the fucking alley, man. Ain't nothing coming down this alley. And I fucking shot him up. But yeah, no, the AI is really smart though. Like I said, they'll flank you. They'll use maneuvers. They'll look for your flashlight. If you have a flashlight on your gun, they'll hide from the flashlight. They'll use that flashlight, whatever. So yeah, I, my door just opened. You saw that. I, I'm impressed by it. So I'm looking forward to the update and see what they do with it. I'm also looking forward to the campaign, man. The campaign's going to be really good. But yeah, that's really what I've been playing and what I've been checking out. What else?
Yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't
I
sure
don't
if it
want
was
that.
PvE or just the PV,
No, it's all
versus
PvE.
AI.
It's all player versus AI. None of it is realistic. None of it is like real player versus real player. I guess it's all AI. You can also set up board games, which that kind of lets you get into the custom match kind of. So you kind of set the parameters of the match. You can set how aggressive the AI is. You can set if they have mortars. You can set the time of day that you want it to be at. You could be daytime. You could be dusk. You could be early morning. You could be whatever. You can also set up uh like all that kind of stuff. Like how much support do you get? Like is there a sandstorm that's gonna come in? All that stuff you can set. Is it raining or whatever? You can set all that stuff in the parameters for the war games. So I don't know. We'll see. I've been reading their updates, and like I said, the next big one they announced is the Jolin Park or whatever. It is that theme park, and that one comes out this month sometime, maybe in the next week. So I look forward to seeing what they do with all that. Um, Besides that, I've also played today a little bit of SteamWorld Dig or SteamWorld, not is it Dig? What is it called?
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
build.
Build.
yeah,
It's the one
SteamWorld
on
Build. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
the one
on Game Pass.
on Game Pass. It's kind of cool. I kind of don't know what to really do in it now. Like what really the objective is yet. But I'm building, and I opened up a mine, and I'm digging underground now. I guess.
That's
Uh,
kind of where I'm at right now with the game.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of city skyline style to it where you're building a little town on top and you're digging down and you're building more shit down there to dig more. Uh, I don't know. There's a story to it, I guess. You have to find some technology underground or something. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'll play
I
it.
don't
I'll
know if
play it
it's
more.
like I don't know if they're trying to say like it's like alien tech or future tech. I'm not even sure myself because I know that Ryan uh, Gibbs was saying that like, oh, you guys got to check it out. And I'm like, oh yeah, shit. Thanks for the reminder to actually install this game from Game Pass on Xbox. I
Yeah.
think I played it on console. I can never tell if I played it on console or on PC because sometimes I run out of room actually on the console, so I'll play it on the PC Game Pass, which is actually a pretty nice feature. So, um, yeah, so I'm always playing with like a controller for the most part. So
I was playing
one
with the mouse and keyboard and it felt pretty good.
Yeah, one game for the exception for me for like PC Game Pass, but yeah, I played on controller and it actually felt pretty good. I had no
Yeah,
problem like actually placing down, civilian housing and warehouses, and I kind of don't really know what I'm doing with the game as far as like, okay, I guess I need a lot of civilian housing to like for people that need to work, and
yeah.
just kind of learning the ropes as far as like, oh, you need engineers, so you need to
Mm.
upgrade, engineers to the people that already live in the town, and so
That's
it's
what I was at right now. Yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of surrounded by this like basically a train station, right, that runs through
Yeah.
town, from
Mhm.
what I understand, and so then that train station can actually it's there to actually trade resources. So if you click on that, Jesus, once you have enough people in the town and workers, and you can trade items. So let's say that, like, for example, you've got wood logs, right? So then I don't really know what I need at this point, but I'm like, you know what, if it's going to get me like, you know 7 logs for 4 rubies, I guess I'll take it because I really don't know. I'm early on as well, so I'm like, I'll take the rubies because I don't actually have rubies from the mine. I probably don't have the technology to mine them, so I'll go ahead and take those for whatever I might need to do next. So
well, I'll
I'm at the
figure it
same
out.
place.
I'll play a little bit of City Skylines too, and my city's pretty big at this point. It has a lot of tiles. It probably has around 20 something tiles at this point. I'm playing that quite a bit. The problem I have with that game is that they patched it, right? They did a lot of patches to the AI in the game where they act differently now. Like they actually go to the store. They actually have like a work schedule that they actually follow. So like they actually go to work, go home, and then they have leisure time and they go to the
Yes.
shops and they shop and they go to the parks and they go to like different areas of the map. Problem with my city though is like I have a big city, Gunny, but it's all those two little like the 2-lane roads everywhere. So there's
Yeah.
traffic jams everywhere. Fucking
Oh,
traffic
yeah.
jams. I'm like, I gotta nuke this city and start over. I gotta think about like big roads. I never thought about that. I'm like, my problem is I don't have any big roads,
You
and I
can
can't.
upgrade the roads if you've got. I don't know. I don't know if you need. I assume you need the money for the actual 4-lane roads or 6-lane
Well, you
roads.
do. You need the money, which I have the money, but the problem with that is I don't have the patience to go through and upgrade all of. Like
And change them all.
I wish I could
right.
like just click and say I want this entire lane, like all the way down, upgraded to a 6-lane highway or 6-lane road or a 4-lane road or like a 3-lane road. I want it all the way down. No, I have
All
to
right.
click each little section, each
Let me give
intersection.
you.
I have to
Let me give you
click,
some helpful
click,
tips on this
click.
one because I played City Skylines. What? Probably I don't know 600 hours of it. I'm not a pro at it, but okay. So if you have something coming out, let's say a road that's like a major. What do they call it? Like a major avenue or just a road, right? And you can act in the first one. You can actually like designate that road as like a like a road that's heavily used or whatever. I can't think of the name, but so in this game, City Skylines 2, there's not a lot. There's a lot to it, but there's not like mods that are currently active. Um, but what you can do is make sure you don't have a lot of intersections to it, right?
I have a lot of
So
intersections everywhere, dude.
so take some of those out, right? What I recommend
Well, where
is
my people are supposed to go? Like, then that
yes,
just creates another traffic jam on the other intersection.
okay, then deal with it then. So have that major road that goes from like point A to point B. Make sure also in City Skylines 2, you've got your circles.
I don't use them stupid circles. I
Use
don't
the
like them.
circles, man. You don't have those in
I
Oregon?
don't. I don't like them fucking circles. I don't have nowhere to put them in my city. They're too big. They take up too much fucking
Use the
space.
small ones. Use the small ones. Dude, there's
They
large, extra large,
take
small,
up
medium.
too much space. There's too much circles are not good. They take space.
Yeah, but they're good for like some I know. I've got one myself that's actually like where I don't have a circle, where I'm like, fuck, I should have put a circle there. But like I said, if you've got industry around it or like some kind of commercial use or whatever, maybe get rid of it to make that circle. I know it's not the end all be all fix for
I'm gonna
everything.
have to nuke that city. I really am. Like this city's gonna die. I'm gonna fucking nuke it, start a whole new one, and I'm gonna think about big roads as I start the new one. The problem is the big roads don't gonna unlock until you unlock them.
Okay, but you
So
can upgrade them, right? So you know how to upgrade them, right?
I know how to upgrade them.
All right. So some of the things like if you've got like a medical center or a school or whatever, they're not going to actually work, right? So you may have to relocate those schools or hospitals or firehouses or whatever. You have to actually move them away to actually upgrade the road, which
Too much
really you're
work,
just
man.
kicking the can down the road to upgrade the road. I mean to for traffic to flow through. So you may want to think
I
about also.
traffic. It just sucks. It just sucks. The fucking shit is trash. I need to fucking nuke the
It's
city.
it's part of the game, you know.
Start over. Because dude,
Watch it flow.
the highway is like backed up all the way, like all the way.
Make it
It's
make it four
always
lanes.
backed in. It is
Make the
four
highway.
lanes. But the fucking highway, it's backed up outside of my little tiles. I
What do you
cannot
got going
upgrade
on in
that.
that city, man, that people want to be in it?
A lot of shit. I got hospitals, universities.
Yeah, casinos. What's going on there?
I got fucking a good hospital, good universities. I got good healthcare. I got a good tax rate. I got a lot of housing. All right, a lot of good shit going on in my town, man. All right, it's booming town.
So it's
All
like
right,
Portland over there.
but but there's a lot of traffic in like one section, maybe two sections. There's a lot of traffic. And
Yeah,
there's
you can
two.
always go into that glossary or whatever it's called to actually see where, it'll actually show in red where, to show like
Problem
how
is
much
though, like
traffic is
now
backing up.
I moved my industry down to like an area where the pollution from the air will not affect people at all because it's on the edge of the map. It's all the way on the bottom of the map where the wind is blowing that direction. So the pollution will not affect the people now. But now I have a problem with, well, all these fucking cars are coming in from that side, and all the cars are coming in from the other side, and I can't fucking get the traffic to flow correctly.
Build
It
more
is
highways. I don't know. Maybe it's California. What's going on? I don't know.
maybe it is. I
Right.
don't know. It's fucked.
LA.
I gotta go really in there and really start messing around. And the problem is, like, most of my roads are 2-lane roads. All the residential areas are 2 lanes, and people are using them as main roads or using them as main drives. Like, like I'm having fucking semi trucks driving down this neighborhood
Yeah,
because that's the fastest route they see to the fucking place. And I'm like, I don't want you to drive down this neighborhood. I don't want you to fucking use this
I
other
know.
road, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing on this side road?
See, that's where in the original one, Jesus, I'll tell you this. So in the original one, they had that mod called it was something like TMPE, right? Which was probably like traffic manager something or rather, right? And that
Yeah.
helped. They could say like, hey, I don't want any big large semi trucks going through this area, but garbage trucks are okay. Oh, that was an amazing mod. I'm sure that's coming along. So what I've done, Jesus, in this my save, right? Which again, I'm using unlimited money. I built a second highway for my industry on the. This is going to be on the south
I
west
don't have
side.
money. I don't have money for an extra highway, man. I have limited money because I'm playing the actual game, motherfucker.
I
You're over
forget.
there. You're
I
over there
forget.
playing. You're over there playing baby mode,
He's over
fucking
there in God.
cheater.
Well, he's like God
Yeah.
mode. He's
Yeah,
not baby mode. He's like, I have
Gunny's like,
unlimited money.
yeah, Gunny's like, oh, just build all the roundabouts everywhere. Jesus, yeah, well, you have money to do that, Gunny. You fucking take out half your city. If I destroy half my city to build a stupid roundabout, I lose all that money and all that traffic gets fucked, and all those people move away, and it all gets destroyed, and
Okay.
it's all
Okay, but
screwed up.
okay, let's keep it basic here. Take out some of those intersections that are near major arteries, right? Does that make sense?
We'll figure it out. I don't know, but yeah, I'm playing City Skylines too. Like I said, lots of updates, and it's weird because they say that when like these updates are active, they say if you already have a city that was built before the update doesn't take effect right away. It literally takes like a few days or a few weeks in game time for like the AI to start acting correctly. So it takes a while for them to start acting correctly, start doing the things that the update wanted them to do, And so I'm like thinking, you know what? Maybe it's better to just start over and have the AI work correctly from the beginning instead of me waiting for them to get fixed by whatever algorithm they're using or whatever. Um, but anyways, I played a lot of that. City Skylines 2. It's on Game Pass, which, shout out to Game
PC.
Pass. Yeah. Um, but what else, dude? I've been wanting to go back to Starfield, guys, and I don't know if I should. Do I do I really want to go back? Do I really need to go back?
I mean,
I
to
I would
finish
say
the
no.
game, yes.
I'm not a fan, but I mean, I know that a lot of people like the game.
I got pretty far in it, I would say. I'm not all the way through it. I would say I'm probably a quarter of the way through it, maybe halfway through it. I don't know though if I should go back to it though. I don't know, Mayo. It's
I
kind of
mean, it just
calling my
depends if you're in
name.
the mood for that kind of game, I guess. Like me, I just haven't been able to get into it. So, but
Kind of, it's kind of calling my name. I kind of want to go back in there and see the patches and see how much they fixed.
I've done it like multiple times. Like I've installed it and then I play the beginning and I'm just like, no. And then I
Yeah.
uninstall it. And then I like a couple weeks will later become later, and I'll be like, oh, I should check it out again. Maybe I'll get into it this
Yeah.
time. And then I'll launch it
No.
and I'll like half hour or so in, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do all this shit. So I don't know what it is. It just doesn't grab me. But that's just me. I'm definitely not saying it's a bad game because a lot of people like it. A lot
Yeah.
of people are enjoying it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah. So I'll see, man. Maybe I'll just get Alan Wake. I don't know. Should I get Alan Wake? I don't know what I should get.
I don't know. Like Alan Wake it's cool, but it's kind of slow a little bit
Mm,
because you're doing the whole like solving things and stuff like that.
mm.
I mean, it has its moments,
All
but
right. I don't know.
it's a really good
I'll
looking game.
I'll see. I just been wanting to play something different, something new. So, like I said, I have a lot of games that I could go back to. I have
I have my
Diablo.
suggestion, but I'll
I
mention that when
I
I
know
talk about what I've been playing.
I know we've been speaking. I know your suggestion, and
Yeah,
I might
yeah,
go
yeah.
back to that game. Um, I might go back to that one. I might go back to other games. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But besides all that, besides moving, playing a little bit of Battlefield, Call of Duty, and City Skylines, and uh, 6 Days in Fallujah, I've also played some more Ready or Not. Now, Ready or Not is really almost at 1.0 Mayo. I think they're gonna go 1.0 this month. They they announced it and they said we're good. The last sale that they had for the game, it was on sale for like $30 a couple weeks ago. They said this is the last sale we're having. Like this is the last one to get in. If you want it cheap, get in now
Hmm.
because this is the last early access sale we're gonna have. The game is gonna go 1.0 after this. Like we're not gonna have another sale. So now the game's at a pretty good spot, dude. The AI has been updated a lot. Like they hide under beds and shit now. They hide in closets. They'll flank you. They'll come around you. They'll try to like outsmart you and shit. Um, the AI is really well done now. Like it's fucking cool the way to see the AI working the way it's supposed to. The game is supposed to have a campaign. It really is. So they said it's gonna have a campaign where you can play with your AI SWAT team and you play the campaign and do like actual missions or whatever, and then you'll have the multiplayer mode, which is versus the AI.
I'd love to
Have
see
Have
Uh,
that.
you seen their Steam page where like their news? Like if you click on the game,
no,
you can go to news. It does say Jesus, and this may go along with what you see. It says also you may have noticed from our post on X yesterday that you can expect a big announcement from us at the Game Awards this December 7th.
I could see them. Yeah, well, I think they're gonna announce we're going 1.0. It's coming out on PlayStation I don't know if it's coming out to consoles. I wonder if they're going to do that because right now the game is on PC. It is early access. I think they might bring it to consoles. I think they can. The
It,
game really
How do you
you
think
don't
this is
does.
see
gonna
that often.
how
We
do you think
don't.
it'll be received? Because it's a very simulated game. It's a very slow
And
burn. It's
it
very
is
tactical.
it's very tactical, but it's a good game, dude. It really is so
Mhm.
well done. Like it and like the shit they have in there is dark. Some of the stuff they have you like arresting
It's
people for, it's
it
pretty dark and it's not like I don't know. I don't even know if consoles would allow it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me too, like I'm trying to remember what the game you and Gunny played, where you assume some kind of role, and you're playing it, and you're almost like role playing in the server, like a military game. You take on like the tank guy, or you as the infantry, and you had a commander, and he was
Oh
calling.
hell let loose.
Hell Let Loose.
Yeah, hell it loose.
That actually, see, that was a good one that actually came as early access. So that was on PC for quite a while, alpha, beta, and then it actually came out in beta form on console, which was cool. So that was my point, Mayo, that I don't think we see as many games
Hmm.
coming out in early access on consoles. On the Xbox and the PlayStation, which I wish we'd see more of. Even when they come out at that $40 mark, I invite that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they just don't. Maybe they don't develop for it because they're thinking like, oh, how many copies can we sell? if we're going to develop for each console.
Yeah, I guess the next thing I think of too is like how you've said it before, Jesus, is like on console people just don't communicate as much, I feel, as they
They
do on
don't.
PC.
That's true.
No,
That is true.
What's going to happen in this game where communication is really key? You know, like
it
you
is.
need.
Yeah, you need to be talking constantly with your people. It's like that 6 Days in Fallujah game, dude. If you get in a lobby and you do not talk, people kick you. People will kick
Yeah,
you right
yeah,
away
they will.
because you need communication. 6 Days in Fallujah is like Ready or Not, where you need to talk to people. It has to be open mic. You have to be able to talk to them
Yep.
at any time and announce what you're doing or what's going on, or if you died, if you're down,
I
whatever,
found
you
that with
know.
7 Days to Die. Yeah, with games on there on PC versus Xbox, because I own both on Xbox.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. The game is going 1.0 though. That's the news, and that's what's happening this month, and it's happening pretty soon. And I'm assuming that the Game Awards are going to announce, hey, we're going 1.0 like right now, or this week, or tomorrow, or whatever. You know, it's happening like this week, dude. So I'm fucking really excited for that. I played a lot of that this week, and that game is so fucking fun. That game is really fun, dude. For me, it is. I really like it. I can't wait to see what they said. They're gonna have some sort of progression in the multiplayer for the guns and stuff, like for items you unlock and the things
I'd
you
rather
use in
have
the
that.
game. Um, but yeah, the AI, like I said, it's really smart. It really is. Like sometimes they'll surrender right away, sometimes they won't. Sometimes you have to bash them in the face with your gun or whatever to get them to fucking go down. Or it's kind of crazy. Like the AI is fucking nuts sometimes. Um, a lot of civilians now on the maps too. A lot of people that you're not supposed to kill, or people that you think are surrendering, and then they'll pull out a knife and fucking stab you and kill you, or you think they're surrendering, and all of a sudden they pull out a gun and kill you. Um, so it's kind of crazy, man. And some of the maps are harder than others because some of the enemies are based on like the location that it's at. So like if you're going to a gas station, it's gonna be like gang members, right? Like thugs, like regular gang members. But if you're going to if you're gonna try to bust like a sex operation ring, they might have like more armor on and like more like security. Or if you go to like a like a shipping dock, like they might be like they might look like military people. They have like better gear, more armor, etc. Um, And the ballistics in the game, the guns and the ammunition really affects how your gun fires and how your gun hits the enemy and how many bullets it takes to take down a guy, because bullets reflect off your armor, it reflects off of their armor. Um, so yeah, it's kind of interesting to see all that, dude. So I'm excited to really get 1.0. I can't wait for it, dude. And I can't wait to see the mods that people bring out for maps and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that hospital map went from being a one-story hospital, like a one level. Now it's 4 or 5 different floors. You have to like when you go in that hospital, you have to clear 5 different levels of that hospital. So like you clear the first level, then you go to the second one, you clear the third one, then you have like a walkway, you go to the other side of the hospital. It's fucking huge, dude. And as you walk into the hospital, there's doctors, there's nurses, there's like parts of the hospital that are like the fucking fire sprinkler system is going off and it's dark and the lights are flashing, and some other parts is super lit because there's nothing wrong there. And then you all of a sudden you go to the next floor, and now the fucking sprinkler system is going off. Everything's dark. Lights are flashing. You're kind of fucking worried about people coming out of the corners. It's fucking crazy, dude. So, but yeah, I'm really excited for 1.0 if Ready or Not. That developer really did a fucking amazing job with that game. And they did a really good job kind of capturing the intensity of that, like making a game that's hard but fun. Like it really is fucking it almost this is like it reminds me of what this is kind of what I wanted Rainbow Six Siege to be when it first
Yes.
was announced. But remember that one before Rainbow Six Siege? Remember it was called like
Patriots.
Patriots? the one they canceled and then they pivoted to
Yeah.
Siege. That's what this almost seems like, where you have like crazy terrorist people, like they took over a hotel or something and they just assassinated a fucking politician down on the street. So now you have to go and clear this hotel floor out and you have to secure the sniper rifle and you have to secure like the evidence or whatever. And they said that in the game like that's going to be a big part of the multiplayer now. It's how much evidence is in the area, if you collect it, if you collect the guns, all that stuff is going to be part of the game. Like I said, sometimes you shoot someone, dude, and they go down, and you think, oh, they're dead, and they're not fucking dead. Like they'll get back up and fucking try to fight you. It's kind of crazy. So you have to like when you shoot people, you have to handcuff them, man. I'm telling you, you have to handcuff everyone because those motherfuckers, dude, they'll get back up and start fighting you. If they're not dead, if you think, oh, I shot him once, he's down. No, that fucker ain't down. He's just playing dead. The AI will play dead. They'll do all kinds of crazy shit, dude. Like I said, like in the crack house, the crackheads, they run really fast. They run like faster than the other AI because they're
They're all
like
hyped up.
cracked. They're fucking cracked out, dude, and they have like knives
Yeah.
and they'll fucking come out of closets and shit. Like you're walking into a bedroom and you think, oh, this room is kind of clear. They'll jump out of the bed. Like that happened to me the other day. I walked into a room, we breached the house. We're going through the front door. I threw a flashbang in there. We kill the guy in the kitchen. We push in. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm pushing into first bedroom. I go into the bedroom, nobody in sight. I turn around to look into like a little pathway to go like to the next room. And I turn back around to the room. There's a fucking crackhead like fucking 2 inches from my face with the knife and he kills me. He jumped out of the bed. Like he was under the bed. I didn't check
Wow.
under the bed. He was under the bed and he fucking jumped out of under the bed and came up behind me and by the time I turned around he fucking stabbed me and killed me. So like
Oh,
that's the
shit.
kind of shit that happens in this game, man. Like it's fucking crazy. But what's really cool too is you can see like what your teammates are doing. You put on the helmet cam and a little screen pops up and it shows their helmet cam from like and it's really cool because it's actually the view from the helmet. It's not a view from like them like on their chest holding their gun. It's a view from the top of their head. So you can kind of like cycle through your teammates and see like who is where, what they're doing. All that shit's really fucking cool, man. So I look forward to seeing what happens with 1.0 and what they do. Also, yeah, I'm looking forward to the campaign because the AI, apparently the SWAT AI, was really improved. They actually arrest people by themselves. They handcuff people without you telling them. Uh, they like now you can like use different formations when you're going down a hallway. You can say you want to do a diamond formation, a single file formation, a two line like on each side of the hallway you have two on one side, two on the other side. You can use that kind of formation. Um, so like you can use different formations. You can use dynamic entries on doors. So when you're breaching a door, you can say we're gonna do a whatever type of entry, and then you do it, and then the AI will execute that. So it really, like I said, this feels like what Rainbow Six Patriots would have been, but better probably.
Yeah.
Because I remember those old. You remember those old Rainbow Six games like Vegas and shit, where you had your AI SWAT team or whatever. Like
Right. Vegas 1 and 2.
yeah, you could like breach doors and like set them up to like do different things. That's like this seems like. And I haven't played the single player in a while. I played mostly multiplayer, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, besides that, what what have you guys been playing?
I can just jump in real quick, Jesus, too. I gotta tell you, I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. It's been kind of like my thing to play here, like this week. I don't know if it was just because it was something different or what, but like I got into it a little bit last week, and then I just went back into it, and I've been enjoying the campaign. Just kind of like seeing the story of Lilith and stuff, and like how all that goes down. But just the game, just the top-down combat, and then just creating a build for your character. Going through the weapons and like seeing where all your stat boosts and stuff are at. Just really going through it is just been pretty much what I did all week this week. I think I went from probably level like maybe like between 5 and 10 last week. I'm now like level I think 35. today. Going through the campaign quite a bit, and just grinding through it, and just having a fun time with it. And you get all this gear to drop, and I'm pretty much like salvaging most of it because none of it has the stats that I'm looking for. And just knowing the game too, it's like it doesn't matter a whole lot until in game. So I'm not like saving this or that. I'm just going through, and once I get to the max level and start hunting the higher end gear. But created a character on the season pass, so it's like season 2, and so I just doing the campaign on it though. So it does give you some free rewards. Jesus, that has uh a battle pass, but it doesn't like kind of like Call of Duty and Fortnite and all those do, where you're automatically in the battle pass if you create a seasonal character. And it's like, say, every 5 levels you get like one free like cosmetics item. Like so you get like some. All right, you may get like a different looking portal or something like that, or you may get like a skin or a transmog for your character. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's like, say you find a set of armor, Jesus, and you like it, but it doesn't really like fit the way your character looks. You can destroy it and salvage it, and it'll keep that art style. So you can like take a piece of gear that you have already, and you can make it look like that other one. So you can make your character look how he wants, or your character wants, or whatever, and so.
Yeah,
And
transmog
then,
is a good feature. It was in the
Yeah, I
first one,
always
and I
like
really
that.
like
Yeah.
it the second one,
and I really
or
like
Diablo
the
4.
the character design and the way they made him look is really cool. I took a picture today of my character. I'll upload it to our chat in the Discord, but it's I like the art style, how they made the characters look, and all that stuff. Like it's really impressive the way.
Yeah, I like how you see it in like you don't see it so much in like the gameplay, at least not with my eyes, but actually in when you're doing, transmog and you're in that customization menu, like you could really make him look the way you want him to, him or
Yeah,
her.
and I have like I created a necromancer, and he's like a small skinny guy, but he controls all these dead people. You bringing these skeletons up out of the ground, and I did the little. I don't know if you did this, but you said you had a level 30, right, Gunny?
Yeah,
Necromancer.
35, almost 40. I think I'm at almost at 40.
Guys, I went and did the. There's
But
a little campaign
that wasn't
trail.
a necromancer though. That was my barbarian, where I think my necro is reaching level 30 or
Okay,
at 30.
because I know for like the necro, and I think this is true for all the classes. When my son, he was over, we played like couch co-op the other day, and he was running a druid. He had like a special quest line for his druid stuff. It unlocks his abilities more. And I had to do the same thing. So I had a special quest line for a necro to unlock the golem. So I don't know if you've done that yet or not. So
No.
I have the regular skeleton mate, army, whatever you want to call it. And then I had these skeleton mages that do like freeze damage right now. And now I unlocked a golem. So he's like a big brute tank that walks around with me as well. And so he like tanks all the damage and he tracks them. And he has this like life steal ability. So he like basically when he attacks, he takes some of their health and it adds it to him. And then it like feeds me a certain percentage. So it keeps me healthy and all that stuff at the same time. And that's just what I like about Diablo is like all the custom builds you can do and how all the things kind of like synergize and feed off each other. It can get really in depth and it gets kind of fun, once you know what to look for and stuff. So that's what I've been enjoying probably the most is like knowing what I'm going to do when I hit level 50. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this kind of build or I'm going to do that kind of build. And then trying to find those pieces, go and grind and see if I can get those pieces before the season ends. But yeah, Jesus, for you, like I would recommend trying it again, get back into it a little bit, maybe even play it with
Yeah.
somebody. I
All
am
right.
playing this on the Xbox because it came with my Series X. So I got it bundled, but it does use our BattleNet. So it's like my typical BattleNet. So I should have you already on there. You can
Yeah,
pair up pretty easily, and
we should all be together.
yeah. So I'm not sure if you can run like this two of the same class or not. I'm assuming you can, but
I
I
think
don't know how
so.
that works.
Yeah, I think
But
when I play with Nipron or somebody else I was playing with, we were in the same class. So you can run with anybody in the same class.
gotcha.
And I think that was during the beta or the demo, or it was something like the beta or demo, the pre-game release.
But yeah, I like how it's going. I like the art style of it and stuff like that. I know some people had a problem with it, like in game. Let's say they got so far, like my boy, he played through it in a couple of days. Hit level 100 really fast, and he got kind of bored with it. But like right now, I'm not taking it too serious. I'm just spending my spare time on it. Sit down in the living room, playing it on the OLED. It looks great. It plays pretty good on the Xbox. There's a couple little things that are clunky on the controller, like assigning some of your moves, your abilities, and looking at your skill tree. You gotta you gotta hit start, and then you gotta hit LB to get over to your skill tree, and then you click down on the right analog stick, and it makes it full screen. To be able to see all that. Where on the PC, it's just kind of there. But um, yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it's pretty much like all I've been playing. Besides that, the only game I just dabbled in a little bit, and there's really nothing to report on, was Baldur's Gate 3. I
Okay.
had I can't remember if I talked about it a while back. I started playing through it. I got a little ways, and like most of my team died in one of the fights, and this one guy, like the wizard guy, was alive. Well, he leveled up one time, and I clicked on like a subclass thing, and I made him like some kind of necromancer kind of thing. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And he was the only guy that lived through the fight, and he has these like revive scrolls. You probably know what these are, Jesus. You played a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And you can revive your teammates. But I would revive them, and they would start like coughing and hacking, and they had like little green like health points coming off them, and they would die right away. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, they must be like poison, but they're like reviving poison. So I'm like trying to find something to like maybe cleanse them or something like that, so they wouldn't like die out right away, and couldn't figure it out. Well, then finally, like after the last person died, and I was on my last revive, I found out that the guy, when I made him a necro, he has some kind of special aura around him that damages enemies and any friendly by him. So when my character was walking up to him and he was healing
Oh
them,
yeah.
the aura was actually hurting my own teammates. So that's what I was doing wrong. But when I lost everybody, the game loaded back, and it loaded way back. So I have to go through and do all this
Wow.
stuff over again.
Oh,
So like
oh man.
I learned to save now before I
Yes.
get anything too
Yeah.
involved, because it was way back. So now I'm kind of just going back through where I've already played before to get to the point where I was at, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I did. But like I said, for the most part, it's just been straight up Diablo 4. I'm just playing the heck out of that. I haven't kind of stopped playing Forza Motorsport. I finally did get past that whole Camaro challenge thing, the muscle car challenge, like I said last time, and I did the exotic thing, but I kind of stepped away from that even just because of Diablo. Just getting the feel for it and like wanting to play it more. But I'm kind of starting to
Diablo's
feel like I'm
fun.
in the mood for a shooter. So Jesus, maybe we have to get on and play some kind of shooter here again soon.
No, let's play Ready or Not.
Okay, I'll get it
You
downloaded.
have you have it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
I'll,
yeah,
I'll
like
go download it.
I've been on that game so much, man. It's just so different from Call of Duty and stuff, Call of Duty just running gun, whatever. Ready or Not,
Right.
like makes you think a little bit. But yeah. What are you
Yeah,
playing,
that's
Gunny?
So I actually bought some new games this week because I've had a
Oh.
actually, yeah, I know, right? So, but I'll start off with this. So, one of the games that I've actually played that I've had for a while because I bought the collector's edition, and I sent you guys a screenshot today, which was Cyberpunk, but I have it on the PlayStation 4. So this is like the map and the postcards and all the other little trinkets that it comes with. So this is on the PS4 Pro that I'm playing Cyberpunk, and I wanted to see how it looks and runs on there. And I thought I played it before, but I don't think I had because I owned it on Xbox and I play it periodically, but it plays and feels just the same as on an Xbox Series, S and X, but obviously better on an X. Um, loading faster because that's the one thing I noticed when I loaded it up on the PS4 Pro was like, all right, let's go. Is it going to load? Here it goes. Just like on an old One X, or straight up one.
yeah. They,
So
they have that old hard drive in them as well,
the
right?
old hard drive, right? But once it does load, right? Once you make your sandwich or get your energy drink or whatever, you come back and the game's there and it runs fine. It runs perfectly fine. Actually went through and, I met Jackie and we tried to get the car and we came out of it. I always like that opening scene. I don't know what it is, but I like it. And then he drops me off at the apartment and then it's time to go back and, meet up with
Johnny, we
Jackie
know why you
again.
like it. You like the naked girl at the beginning.
Dude, like that's so cool, right? And then when you get to your apartment, there's this chick just kind of wearing, skimpy little. I always want to call it a leotard, right? Because it's like she's got like her underwear and she's got like this like yoga thing on or whatever. And I'm like, what's up, So yeah, I've been to that scene so many times. It's so cool. So, but yeah, runs fine, looks great, lighting's good. Yeah, shooting feels good on the PS4 controller. And yeah, it's good. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Will I continue to play it? Sure. It's kind of one of those games for me where it's like, yeah, I'm sure I want to buy the DLC for it. What is it called? Something City. What is it called? Jesus on there
Which one?
on the Cyberpunk, the new DLC.
Liberty
It's
City.
Liberty City.
Liberty?
So I'm sure I'll buy it eventually. Probably when it's on sale, I'll probably buy it and head over there and do the mission stuff. So, but yeah, nice man. It actually runs and feels pretty good on the just on the old PlayStation 4 Pro. But moving on,
Phantom Liberty is what it's called. Not
Phantom Liberty. Thank you.
Liberty. I was like, Liberty City is a GTA game.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. But and it's funny because it actually shows up on the map, right? Just like it would, over on an Xbox or I'm sure on PC as well, where it's like, head on over there. You want to enter here, but we got cool new guns. There's some cool new guns in here. But yeah, man, I love that opening scene. It's so good. And but yeah, other than that, Steam World build, I've been, like I said, I was saying earlier, just kind of built my city up without watching any videos, right? I've just kind of like, all right, I know what it takes to actually build civilian housing. What are they called? Not the miners, but more of the, the loggers that, that cut down trees and make wood and logs and things like that. It kind of brings you through that tutorial of, resources. One of the things I couldn't figure out, Mayo was or Jesus was it was talking about the cactus tree farm or something like that, where I'm like, okay, let me put down the cactus tree thing, right? And it's like, wait, so there's not an area highlighted for it, which I found interesting, right? So I think after doing like 10 other things, I kind of came back to it and I'm like, wait, what do I have to do? Oh, you actually have to plant the cactus tree farms. So that might take like 3 different squares, right? And again, this game is isometrical. So keep that in mind where it's kind of like like a city builder where maybe later on I can actually add more than like three different like, sections of squares to actually put down more cactus trees. And so the whole point of this is that, once you have people that work at these farms or work at the train station or wherever they work, a warehouse or something, is that there's a train that kind of runs through this like, old, I want to say like a late 1800s kind of town, with an old school steam train that runs through it. And that's where you trade your goods, right? So whether it's trees or logs or, different resources that you want to trade through it. And it kind of brings up that tutorial where, hey, maybe you want to trade it for like emeralds or something, or, or coal. What is it called? Like something like, something like coal, or maybe you don't have the actual coal resources, right? So you might need that to build other things or, because basically that's what you're doing, right? Is just placing down different things for like, so eventually you do open up that mine, and then you can go down there and resource different goods. And the way you kind of navigate from like the mine to the upper level So on the Xbox, I know it's like RB, and then you press up on the D-pad, and that'll bring it back up or bring it back down. And then that's where you're just monitoring for different resources to trade in and kind of balance everything out. So, you've got your what do you call it? Like your books, right? So, to kind of make yourself successful as a town, and yeah, so it's pretty cool so far. So I've kind of got stuck at one part where I actually okay, I actually have to go to YouTube on this one or Reddit or whatever. And I think it was like to make a pickaxe parts or something like that, where I'm kind of at a loss right now where I'm like, wait, it doesn't tell me how do I actually do it. So it kind of holds your hand for a little bit, but after a while it's like, I don't know what to do after this. So yeah, I'm a little stuck right now. So I don't know. It could be in what is it, not weapons, but more of your mechanical parts or whatever they're calling it. So yeah, I just have to figure out where to go from there. And then once I'm done with that, I think I should be good, hopefully. So yeah, probably a Reddit thing more or less as to, how I'm gonna make, pieces and parts to. But so far, I think I've actually got my city to where I want it to be, and one side is on one side of the tracks and one's on the other. So far so good. Yeah, and then I just got to get down to make more parts for my mining, and I can actually expand out to get more resources for what I need to trade in or sell. So it's cool. So yeah, I recommend it. It's on Game Pass. Check it out. I think I'm playing on the console itself, but I want to say it's also on PC Game Pass. Next one is that Sea of Stars game. So I've been hearing a lot about it on different podcasts and oh, it's an RPG or JRPG. You kind of need to play it, and a real surprise for 2023. And so I thought, fine, I'll check this out. Download it on the PC on Game Pass. And yeah, a classic RPG, kind of that 16-bit style type game. Choose a male or female. So once you do that, you're kind of with the other. So let's say you choose a male. So then you're with that other female, and you're kind of the main character in that. You're. I'm trying to think of the I can't think of the name of the game.
A party?
Yeah, so really it's just the two of you, right? The way that this game starts out, I only played about an hour of it, and I thought maybe this one's different. I've heard good things about it, and I'm sure it kind of opens up more later on. But what this is you're kind of in your hometown, and you're you're talking to, I don't think it's your parents, but more or less I can't think of their names, but they're more like your mentors, because it doesn't say that's your mom and dad or whatever. But it's hey, yeah, you guys are going to be wizards or magicians, or you're going to learn magic, basically, right? Then you go to meet the grand wizard, I'll call him. I forgot his name. And he's yeah, you guys are going to learn the ways to learn magic. So, and you also meet this other friend in the game who's really I want to say he's real adventurous and real kind of takes a lot of risks, right? So he's not learning magic, right? He's not actually part of any kind of guild or expected to learn anything to be a wizard. I keep using that word wizard, but I don't really know, what you're actually going to be. So I haven't played enough of the game. So, but it is turn-based combat. So it does kind of start off with you and the other woman, and you're kind of a younger, people that go out and you might fight a couple of monsters and okay, we need to set up camp and check this out. And we need to, eventually, we're kind of young and we want to get off this island, but there's this gigantic snake that we need to get by. And eventually, we'll kind of be free to kind of do whatever we want. But in the meantime, you're meeting the guy that's actually going to teach you how to use magic, right? So
Yeah, isn't there one there I played a little bit of this a while back. Isn't there like two people you like kind of envy and look up to? And then from there, you're
Yes.
like, they end up kind of working with you a little bit as you're getting trained. And then you finally get, I don't know if you get to the point where you get to leave town and you have to work your way. You have like a goal, right? You have to go like talk to somebody. I think I remember correctly that you and your other character, you leave town and then that little third friend meets up with you. So you have a party of three and then
Eventually,
you're
right?
working
I
your way up.
assume. Yeah, I assume that friend. What is his name? Gil or yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. So he's a cool guy, right? He's like this guy that doesn't know any magic. He got hurt at the beginning. Um, then he was healed by the head, kind of a magician or whatever you want to call him. And then he's like, yeah, no, you guys need to learn magic first, right? The guy and the girl. So then it's funny because you're like, all right, so then you go to kind of his temple lair thing or whatever, um, and then you're learning magic by you're doing a lot of sewing,
Yeah, that
and you're
was
doing a
weird.
lot
That
of
was that was such
push-ups.
a weird, like, maybe Japanese influence kinda thing,
Yes,
JRPG kinda thing. It was like sewing, and even the characters were kinda like,
yeah, they were like,
"Why are we
really?
doing this?"
But I got to the point now where it's like, hey, he's like, you know what? No more sewing for your guys. And then the girl was like, I can live with that. Like, no problem. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of fucking sick of sewing. Which it doesn't show a lot of the game, right? It's more like, hey, you did a lot of push-ups, you did a lot of sewing. Um, Now
And
you're
teach
kind
you a
of
little bit of
ready to
combat
move.
too, right? Like, I think they
It
do, like,
does
a
teach
couple
combat. So
simulated.
one of the things so here's what the combat what I've learned from God, was it the Messenger or I can't think of the name of the game that was also on Game Pass. Again, that 16-bit era of like, turn-based combat. Maybe an old school kind of you know, uh game that anything you would play on the Nintendo or
Mhm.
Dreamcast or something, right? So, one of the things that I've noticed that's maybe different from those games is that so when you go to, let's say, press A for attack, um, and so you go to do that, and then once you're like ready to actually like raise your weapon or wand or whatever, you can press like the A key on the Xbox. It'll actually do like almost like a full damage and then a half damage. I want to say.
It's like a power meter, right? Like, you hold on to it, and the longer you hold on to it, the more damage it does, but
So
you can overdo it, like, if you
that's for
hold
your
too long.
magic.
That was
That's
the
for your
magic,
magic.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
vaguely
that's for
remember.
magic. And then if it's like a melee attack, again, that's like the added bonus for like if you time it correctly. But it doesn't show you, right? You just have to know when, let's say, the enemy attacks, and then you can like press the A button really quick, and it's sort of like a half block, right? It's not a full block, but it's a half. So there's the timing there. It doesn't give you any kind of tutorial to say like get ready or anything like that. You just have to know because that's what your trainer does. Say, hey, all the trainers in the game are like, all right, just get ready. Like you'll have to know when the attack's coming, right before they strike, or right when they're striking is when you can press the A button. So that's really the only new thing in the game. Hopefully, it opens up more. I should play more of it.
Yeah, I think it does. I think I got just a little bit further than what you were at. Like, I got to the point where you leave the town and you kinda send your quest and you're going on, it has that, like, top down, like, Final Fantasy where you're walking along. I can't remember if it shows the enemies or if they just all of a sudden you're in a fight kinda thing. I don't remember
Yeah.
how that went, but it plays a lot like a Final Fantasy game in a way,
That's what
like
I
an
was
old school
thinking.
Final
Like, I want
Fantasy.
to get to that point of like when it is a Final Fantasy game, and then hopefully we can go and like, what did he say? A giant hydro or snake or whatever that surrounds the mountain, and
Yeah, you're, like, going there. That's where your
it's
first goal
asleep.
is, yeah.
And so you've got that friend that's like, what do you want to say? He's oblivious to any kind of a danger almost. He likes to take risk a lot.
Mhm.
And he had his eye gouged out by one of the enemies, which is kind of like
Oh, yeah, yeah, so
a
that
little
same friend too, like, when you do your training, you don't see them. Remember, they're like
correct. Yeah, because you're kind
when
of
they
up in the
take them
mountain.
away,
He
you don't
brings you
see them for, like, a
food.
year.
He sneaks up
Yeah.
food and drops the food, but yeah, he's like, "You guys are my best friends. I love you guys, but I had to run away." So I know I'm going to meet him again, and the question is when will I meet him? And
Mhm.
hopefully he'll take us to the giant snake thing that that he thinks is harmless. Uh, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to see how he reacts to that snake actually waking up. So I know that's coming. I hope it doesn't come at the end of the game. I hope it comes sooner. Uh, yeah. Maybe he's learned a thing or two, or maybe we train him on what to look for. So, yeah, maybe he brings some weapons of his own. A little bit of a mystery there. So, it's cool. Yeah, so that's the old Sea of Stars game. Another game I bought was Darkest Dungeons 2. This is a game I've been wanting for a while. So, finally just got the money to actually, check it out in Steam. It's not on Xbox or consoles at the moment, so I believe it is on Game Pass and PC, PlayStation Plus, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so yeah, this is like it's a little bit different. So I checked out different reviews today because I bought it on Saturday. I want to kind of see how it's different from the original Darkest
Mhm.
Dungeon. And so it's just the way it's different, I think, is that in the first one, you kind of have your, I want to call it a sanctum, but it's more of a hub, right? So in that hub, in the first one, is the way it starts out with you can start off with whatever it is, 3 or 4 characters. You can name them or just leave them default. And, there's a tavern and there's a, sanctinorium, if I'm using that word correctly, uh, in that, where people can get psychiatric care or, kind of leave them in the tavern to their own, whatever thoughts or, let them relax at wherever they're at. You can buy trinkets from different vendors, which may help you in combat later on, or torches or whatever it might be. So, and you can take those characters out, and some may die or just be, you know, in pretty bad shape when you bring them back, where you can then leave them in a hospital or whatever they call it. So this is dark fantasy. So I think in this one, and I've only played like an hour so far, and so the way this one works is where you have like like a stagecoach, and it still has that kind of like that lit lantern. I don't know how you refill it yet, so I gotta play more of it to kind of figure it out. Where you're kind of just on this like dark road of going through this, pre-apocalyptic kind of section, and they say it's roguelike, Mayo. So I don't think it's like difficulty scale where you just might run into like, an insane boss where you could run into, let's say, 3 other enemies and there's 4 of you, or uh, and that seems pretty scaled where that fight seems pretty easy. So just like the first one, same thing. You've got 4 of your characters on the left, and there might be 3 or 4 on the left, on the right side, and you've got your kind of your ranged guys that could use like swords or shields or daggers. Maybe the person in the back could be kind of like your self-healing character where they only self-heal, but then they'll throw out like something like a debuff magic or something, or you can buff your characters, right? So more of a support than anything. um and that's kind of how you start, right? So
Mhm.
you always want to kind of keep that like, the heavy guy in front. You don't have to. I've started with that heavy guy, kind of like in that third out of fourth spot where, eventually before the enemy's turn, he ends up in front, which is kind of cool. So it throws out like a ton of just like different stats for all your characters, right? What they can do, what they can't do, all their buffs, all their debuffs. And so I think eventually you will learn, when you click on all your enemies, it'll show all the things they're immune to, you know, different kinds of magic or armor and everything. So I've just been keeping it simple. Like, okay, if I just hit him with some daggers, that's gonna hurt, right? Like that's gonna make them bleed, and they'll bleed over time. So same with your characters, right? So if you've got a character and that's one of their kind of their debuffs, right? Like, they don't have the strongest armor on, they're gonna bleed off over time, or so um yeah, and then you might get back in the stagecoach after you beat them all, collect 2 items, move on. You might run into just random people that need help, and then it's got like this little mini game where I always want to call it a mini game, where they might say, okay, we whatever, we need some kind of advice or something or an item, and only like there might be one person in your party that would offer up that support, right? So, and it kind of runs through that tutorial of, hey, this person's best suited to kind of help these people. um you know Back in the stagecoach, you go on to the next adventure, and yeah, so then eventually you might reach an inn or a tavern where you can kind of rest and rejuvenate your health and stuff like that. Maybe buy some things if you need to. So it's just a different way of how this game works versus the first one.
I could
So
never really get into the first one, so I never really looked at the second one. Like, I owned the first one because I heard such great things about it. I could just never get into it. Like, it just never really grabbed me. And so,
yeah,
like, when I seen the second one, like, some people were liking it and stuff, I just didn't even look at it because I couldn't get into it. Man,
and
I'll have to take a peek at it.
some didn't like the first one. I mean, some didn't like the second one. Excuse me. Oh, it's not actually like you know dungeons game. It's more of a kind of a take the family out thing or whatever, right? So because you're all in like a fucking stagecoach or whatever, but it's the same concept, right? It's just you're just doing it a little differently, versus like you leave and then you get to a dungeon and it's going to show like the 9 sections of the dungeon in the first one, right? So they just changed it up. I think that's all they did, really. You're getting trinkets, you're getting bandages and all the same stuff, really. Just the way they did it was just different. So I congratulate them on the way they did it. So I think the fact that they made it differently, but it's really just the similar style type. It's the same gameplay, right? I think that's really what it boils down to. They kept it the same.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So I don't know. I can't wait to actually get back in and play some more of that. So I like that kind of that dark adventure style type stuff. And the voice actor who you don't hear all the time, right? But he does pop up every so often. He's just got like the coolest voice. I don't even know who it is, but he's just like something out of like even better than like a Game of Thrones voice, right? Where he's just like reading out of like one of those novels of like, I don't know, Alan Wake 2 or something, where it's just like, what is he talking about? The darkness has
Yeah. I
fallen.
I ran across,
You
Jesus,
know, yeah.
you'd remember this character in Final Fantasy 16, the guy that plays Sid, he's in
Hmm.
Diablo. He has a very distinct
Oh
voice.
wow.
Like, I picked him up in Diablo, like, right away. I'm like, "Oh, that's it. What he played Sid in Final Fantasy 16." Like, it's,
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very unique voice.
right.
He's
Kind of
kinda like the
like
narrator in Diablo, kinda like.
what's yeah, what's that voice actor? I forgot his name. He's in Diablo 3. I don't know if he's in 2. He might be in 2. He was in 2. I know that for a fact. But then I really played a ton of Diablo 3. I can't think of his name, but he's the guy that you kind of meet in town after like the 30-minute mark where yeah, but he reminds me of him where his name will come to me in a minute. But yeah, kind of like him, where he's just like a really good voice actor, and the darkness has fallen, and you've reached your apex or something. Like some kind of, I don't know, some fancy ass word. I'm just like, whoa, this game's dark. So yeah, you're kind of headed into the apocalypse to stop the apocalypse. Like you're the last bastion. So it's cool. I like it. Um, but yeah, aside from that, like more city skylines too. The last time I talked about it, where I talked about like, my city was flooding, and so I fixed most of the flooding issues. Destroyed half my fucking city, which really pissed me off. Um, some of the areas where I was able to actually get rid of the water with physics, where I was able to push it out, but then elevate areas where I really didn't want to, because the vanilla game actually like kind of has it slope to go down into the water, which is fine with me. Um, I like that. I mean, there's no way I could recreate it, but maybe not with like 30 hours of work or something. But yeah, I think once, like I said, once I actually like terraform some of the river area when it went through, it really just caused havoc on my city. So yeah, I went in, deleted a bunch of stuff, rebuilt some bridges, rebuilt some a bunch of roads, the way the roads work or run through the city.
You got the money to do it, Gunny.
I
Poor
know,
Jesus over there.
I know,
He
I
just
don't
has to
have to worry about
figure
it,
it
but
out.
here's the thing, Mayo. Okay, so I went to build a, what is it called? Not the, it's the Turnbow kind of an interchange on the freeway. So it just kind of leaves from one side. What am I thinking of? I forgot the name of it. So it's not the like clover leaf, but it's the one that just kind of like, you can kind of head west, right? So it's a
Yeah.
cool little interchange. But one of the things I found, or at least I haven't figured out, is how do I actually raise that thing? So in the last game, you can actually just press, is it page up and page down? Or you can change the, kind of the, what is it called? Anything you could do with a road, right? Elevation. So you could do it with any road, lower it down, put it under the ground. But apparently, like with intersections, it's under intersections, by the way, um, yeah, I can only leave it at ground level, which kind of stinks, right? So that that really took me for a surprise. So I'm like, fuck. So that took me an extra at least 10 minutes of like, all right, so where do I want to put this? So now I have to terraform more things to because now I have it at ground level to kind of get it from one side of the river to the other. I'm like, fuck, this is BS. I'm so used to my mods of like go in, press page up, raise it up, so hey, maybe eventually later on I can get roads to go underneath that intersection. um and I know what people out there thinking, like, well, gonna just make your own intersection, right? Yeah, but I can't make it look that nice, the one that's kind of predetermined. Those actually look so much better. I'm not an artist, I do terrible at terraforming. I was telling Ghost Nico, this sucks, I can't do terraforming. um I make things like, either too high, or I don't slope the way the freaking land looks against the water or something like that. So I don't know, guys. Maybe they have a vanilla map in there somewhere that I can actually mess with, and I don't have to worry about terraforming. Because yeah, anytime a road is built or whatever, it looks funky the way it like, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
it just looks terrible, right? So I don't like it how it'll put up that like walls on the side sort of thing. It almost looks like it's going underground. I don't like it. So then I have done some terraforming pieces where I'm like, okay, I don't like that, like where it looks like it's almost going underground, but then it kind of like elevates. So I've got in there and just kind of did the tedious work of like, all right, elevation, slight elevation. All right, this is good, right? Now it just looks like it's going up a hill. Especially if it's like I gotta get out of a train station, or cargo rail or anything like that. So yeah. I've done it with my railway. I've tried to make those look nice, by the way. So I know I have to put railway underground in some sections, to go under a city or under water. Well, I have them going over water, by the way. Subway, I've mostly that's pretty good with like being underground, and I've only done underground subways. So my town is, I think I'm currently at 52,000 people. So again, that's no, no money mod, just kind of add what you want. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll start a new city. Maybe I think I'm just gonna wait, Jesus, for like mod support. I think to
Yeah.
kind of see how that goes, because I'm just not
Who
having.
knows when they're gonna enable that? I don't know when. They said they're working on patches first.
Yeah, I've been following it. I've been following it to kind of see when they're gonna drop it. So yeah, so far no word as of this point. Um, but yeah, next game is Satisfactory. So yeah, Satisfactory. Ghost Nico called me. He's like, guess what? Mod support is back, dude. I almost like fucking jumped for joy. I was like, yes. So one of the things that like, so for the mods, right? There could be 1,000 of these mods. So the mods that I choose, only like I got a couple of them because I'm in the early beginning stages of the what I would call the space elevator, right? It's you know what I'm talking about if you've ever played this game, right? And there's like 7 or 8 tiers to the space elevator of where you put resources, but you have to make them first. And so, like one of the things I really like is faster miners and faster belts, but I have to unlock them first. So I do kind of have to earn them. I don't know. I think maybe I'll stick with that rather than saying like, just give me everything early right now. That kind of doesn't work out because then there's no carrot on the stick for me, right? So I just kind of make everything super fast and, I don't know. And then I just kind of get out of hand with like the way I build things, and I still need all the resources, right? So what I had today was the unlimited, it's called unlimited Zoop. So, I can make platforms faster, basically, right? Like it's not limited to how I make a platform of how I put machines or refiners or anything on top of it. Um, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I still have to make all the resources. I haven't said like unlock everything. I just want it all at once. Otherwise, I'll get bored really quick,
I'm
right?
getting a theme over here, Jesus. Gunny likes his mods. He
Yeah.
I
likes
love mods, dude.
he likes
Anything
his
on
unlocks.
PC,
He's like,
dude.
yeah, I don't want any limitations. He's limitless over here. He's like
Just mod
I dealt
everything.
with it.
his,
I
his limitations are Christmas trees, evidently, is what we're finding out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm more of a gamer, right, than like actually like put up any kind of ornaments. So, but like I said, I need to go down to the Christmas store and actually get some like actual ornaments and ribbons for the actual tree. Wife bought. So, let me point that out there. And so, so speaking of that, so once I fired it up today, there is the Christmas tree. What is it called? I forgot what it's called actually in Satisfactory. So they've done it for the last, I think they did it last year. I don't know about the year before. So it drops presents in the game. And so what you do is you take those presents, right? And you can actually turn this off. I think it's in the, if you go back to the start screen of the game. You can't do it while in game, I figured out. And so I've just kind of kept it. I think you build a Christmas tree. So there's a way to do it with different machines and miners and things that, not miners, but more of the crafting machines, right? Where you can make ornaments and other things and collect resources to actually build a tree. There's an actual like uh sort of end goal to it, I want to say. I know Ghost Nico's done it, and a few other people I've watched, and streamers that me and Ghost Nico watch, that you can actually build this. So I have no desire for it. I love, just kind of playing the game and not watching presents that are in my way while I'm trying to make, little coal nuggets, right? I'd rather just kind of be, destroy the environment by making coal miners and my gas burners. That's where I'm at with my fake Christmas trees, right? So yeah, Satisfactory. I had to quit that game today because I'm just like, oh my god, if I continue to play this, I'll play it all freaking day. So I'm gonna try and do it in small increments, Mayo. That's what I'm gonna do. Kind of what I did earlier this year, right?
Mhm.
So I gotta play other shit. So speaking of that, Assassin's Creed Mirage, I bought this game because I was looking at like the subscription for like Ubisoft Plus, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably do that for what was it, 15 a month? I think it was.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I own everything. I own everything Ubisoft makes except for what's the racing game that they have, the new one?
The Crew Motorfest?
Crew Motorfest. And I thought, yeah, fine, right? And I looked at the
I
store,
think
Mayo. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, you could do a buy one get one half off free, right? And I thought, oh, this is cool. This is kind of like my Target store. So I looked at it and Crew Motorfest was not one of them. So I was like, damn.
oh, that'd be like one of the main ones I'd want to buy.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
ones
like
that I
I feel like
already
the
own,
new
Odyssey and everything else.
I feel
You
like the
know,
new
uh,
Assassin's Creed will be on sale by close to Christmas, I think. I feel
oh,
like that game
definitely,
is
right? It'll be down.
destined to
What is
go
it
on
now?
sale soon, or right
Is
after the
it?
holiday, maybe it'll be on sale.
I think I paid $40 for it or something. It wasn't that expensive, and I thought that's cool because it is a smaller map. So this is again not we're doing a lot of research on just kind of what I've heard from IGN and YouTube and stuff. So but I did a little bit today, and apparently this was so this the person you play as is Basim, who I guess was introduced into Valhalla. I don't know how, but maybe through DLC. Um, so I don't know if this was originally going to be like some sort of expansion through Valhalla, because that Valhalla is a big game, by the way. Um, I didn't even buy the Valhalla DLC, but
Yeah, you
I mean,
probably don't
or
need to in that one. That one can take you
no.
forever.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Ragnarok DLC I did not buy. So I didn't purchase that in-game content. So still kind of working through the vanilla on that one. And so anyway, you kind of start off as a street thief and you've got your wife, sister with you. I don't know who she is, relation. Like I said, I've only played an hour of this game, so yeah, and then I think you meet who is it? Like is it the secret ones or whatever who are basically like you know they're part of the creed, right? So you just you're just not sure, right? Because it's got that Assassin's Creed logo and you're just like, yeah, I'm a street thief, man, I'm a damn good one, you need to hire me, I'm good at what I do, right? And of course your boss is just like, you need to shut your mouth or whatever and do what you're told and earn your gold. So I'm sure eventually I will actually join them, uh, to kind of see how, see what I can do more and open the game up and expand more. So far, I haven't seen any like areas where if you open up the map, it's not like you can discover more areas. So maybe that's in there as well. So yeah, but I like the smaller map, Mail. I compared to Valhalla, right, which is kind of big and just takes forever to grind stuff
Hmm.
to upgrade your camp, right? Um, and I don't know if you need to upgrade your camp to kind of do more missions to get to the next storyline. So yeah, I think that there is that. So yeah. So that's a grindy game. So I don't know. Maybe this one's different. I'll check it out. But this is like you're basically in Baghdad, 9th century Islamic Golden Age. Um, yeah, so there's that. I'll check it out. So I think you're also might be more stealthy around this time around. You probably can go in like swords a
Yeah, for
blazing, but
sure.
from what gameplay I've seen some people just kind of
Yeah.
going in, kind of stealth and knock people out, or Others are
Yeah,
just kind of going in there.
think of the first couple games, Gunny. That's what it's like. It's a lot of blending in with the crowd, sitting on the benches and overhearing conversations and stuff like that.
Jumping into the hay bales, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it does kind of show you that in the beginning in the tutorial where it's like, oh, you were supposed to like steal from this person or this old lady. You were supposed to like steal her purse. Which I kind of missed a few times. I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I was supposed to press A on the Xbox controller, I guess, to actually do it. But since I failed, you know, now she's like, there's a thief over there. There's a dirt bag. You need to go get him. And so I, of course, ran away. And apparently they'll only search like the immediate area from what it shows, where I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much the other game. So, minus any bounty hunters. I haven't seen those. I don't know if they have bounty hunters in this game. I think that was more of a Valhalla thing, or the game before it. So, yeah. So far, it's cool. Just kind of climbing up everything, finding the doors, and you know,
Yeah, the
maybe,
parkour or whatever you want to call it is pretty good on there. The running around, the movement and stuff is fun.
man. Since
It,
Valhalla,
it
I
brings
think,
that brings that again from the first couple. It kind of brings that
yeah,
back from how it
it's
used to
been
be.
really good. So, man, even if you go back to that first one of like climbing towers, you know, shanking enemies, right, with a little dagger. Poop, you're dead. So kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't really run into any actually like hard combat of like, oh, I need better weapons or anything. So far so good. That hasn't actually come up yet in this game. So, um, but yeah, looking forward to checking more of that out. So what else? Played a lot of games this week. Pinball M. So Pinball M is from Zen Studios, and M stands for rated M for mature, blood and horror. So this is not apparently it's not part of the pinball effects, right? As we thought, Mayo. So this is from Ryan because I was like, wait, why did this not come to pinball effects? I thought all games were coming to pinball effects, whether it was I don't know if they're on Switch, but PC, Xbox, PlayStation, right? So to kind of keep it all like together, right?
Hmm.
Where before it wasn't, right? It wasn't like that. So some games would come to PlayStation 4 and 5, or some would come to the Xbox One and Series X, and Steam got different tables early, or Epic, excuse me. So I thought it was cool when they announced the actual pinball effects that they're like, yeah, man, we're gonna try to keep everything on everything, as much as we can. I don't know if it's on Steam. I'm sure it is. Um, yeah, just keep it all together. So this one came out of nowhere as a surprise to me because when Ryan messaged me, he's like, yeah, man, check out the pinball M, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, is this some kind of hobo pinball table thing? But no, it's actually from Zen, and so it's kind of I want to call it a standalone thing. So when you kind of fire it up, it's got like that horror theme of like, I don't know if it's Left 4 Dead style type music or the Dead by Daylight music. Uh, I think it's Dead by Daylight. So yeah, so the kind of the standard table in the game, if you check it out on Steam, it actually doesn't show up there because I went to look. So it's unlimited free play on there, and it's called Wrath of the Elder Gods. So that's what you get on Steam if you just kind of click the get on the Steam page. So yeah, that one's on there, and then the tables you could actually purchase are Duke Nukem, which I don't even think is horror, so I haven't played that. Dead by Daylight, which is, man, okay, I haven't played Dead by Daylight, but then Chucky the Killer something or rather, that table's actually pretty tough. So then there's The Thing, if you guys remember that. I think that was a dying kind of a genre of movies slash video
Yeah, for
games.
sure.
Yeah, remember that, Mayo? Would you ever play that game, the Thing? I think that I
No.
remember playing that on OG Xbox. So
Nope.
and then Yeah, that game was actually a pretty cool game. So I think it was like set in Alaska or something, in the snow. But yeah, Wrath of the Elder Gods actually a really good table. It kind of gives you a little tutorial of actually how to play it, and you know how you can play it in arcade or classic mode, and but it's got everything there, from Zen Studios, like your friends and global and weekly. There's going to be tournaments and challenges, so kind of interesting how they, we thought they were going to kind of stick with everything being on Pinball FX, but then now here are these like, 5 or 6 tables, that are actually on this thing as well. So maybe they'll actually add to it. So who knows? So we'll see. But that's all I've been playing, guys, on the
Good stuff. It's time for news, Gunny.
news time.
It's news time. Get into some video game news. Big
Beep,
news
beep,
this
beep,
week.
beep, beep, beep,
Big
beep,
news
beep.
today. Breaking news. GTA 6 is now confirmed. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming. And Rockstar was going to do a trailer tomorrow morning. And instead, I don't know how, they just released it today, or it got leaked or something. So they just said,
Yeah,
fuck
I
it.
heard it got leaked, and so they just released it since the leak was out.
Is that what
They
it
were
was?
like, well,
Because I went ahead and actually, so this would have been about 10 o'clock this morning. And I knew the trailer was coming, but then finally they put it on YouTube, Rockstar Games. All right, go ahead and you've guys seen it on YouTube, right? Where you can say notify me, right? So the notify me was set for me at 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, Pacific Standard Time. And I'm like, well, that's a weird time for a trailer, but go ahead and notify me because that's actually when I clock in for work. Um,
Yeah.
and I thought, cool. So then I came home today, guys. We were talking about when we're going to do the podcast and went and did some other stuff. And when I came here to sit down, it was like it happened 11 minutes ago, and I swear I looked at it, I'm like, it's not December 5th. So I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Was that what they were going to actually show for tomorrow? Because that notification's not there anymore. So I think you're right. It actually, they just said let's put it out now instead of at 6 a.m. tomorrow because of the leaks, which I've been able to
Yeah.
actually avoid most of it.
So today the trailer dropped. I watched it. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was just a GTA trailer. What else
yeah.
do you want
Actually,
me
I
to say?
haven't watched it yet, but I'll check it out here in a little bit. So,
It's going to be 2 characters. Apparently, Lucia is the main character. She's the girl. She's a Latina in Vice City, getting out of prison or whatever, or jail or wherever she was in. And then she's going to be doing crimes with her boyfriend.
Or not.
And yeah, they're going to be getting money and stuff and robbing shit. And so the trailer shows a few things. It shows uh, people on top of cars, people opening doors while they're driving and hanging out of the door.
Is that Oakland, California? Because I thought, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It also shows a lot of things. So
It kind of jumps around, right? So
yeah,
it's cool. It was a
so
good trailer.
it was a good trailer. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what they have more to reveal on the Game Awards, or who else is gonna happen.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
confirmed, right? That was something I talked about a couple weeks ago, where I thought, oh, maybe they'll see. My thinking was, Jesus, that they were going to drop the trailer on Tuesday, a teaser, and then actually show more, and then I don't know if they talk about things. I don't know. Does Rockstar talk about things? I don't.
They
That's
kind of
more
do,
of a
yes.
IGN thing to
Mm,
GameSpot slash.
Rockstar does. They during Red Dead they talked a lot about the game, and even GTA 5. I remember when that was coming out. They
Yeah.
talked about things in the game. So this game, I'm looking at screenshots. The beach looks pretty dense with a lot of people running around. Looks like a Miami beach. I mean, You have jet skis and fucking beach patrols and people on fucking sun tanning and people drinking, people playing volleyball, and people in convertibles. It looks really nice. The graphics look nice, and it kind of looked like it was from in-game footage. Like it really doesn't look like overly done, but it could be. I mean,
Didn't look like CGI.
no, not really. No, it actually looked like actual like gameplay or whatever. Like it doesn't look overdone from the screenshots. So it looks like real shit. It also shows in one of the scenes, fucking was that an alligator walking into a fucking convenience store?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just played it while you started talking about it. Yeah, I just seen it. I was like,
And it
oh,
shows a lot of the parts of the trailer showed like almost like a TikTok or an Instagram thing, or like a
Right.
Reels thing, where like it showed people doing random shit, like in dancing or like in dancing on top of a car or dancing in a gas station or dancing on a highway and like random shit like people on TikTok or something. It was kind of cool. And then it shows like hillbillies in the countryside with their big trucks, America, fuck yeah.
Look, you got a big old American flag and a big old smokestack on the
Like
back.
another one, and like another one, it shows an old lady holding two hammers, and she's live on fucking Instagram or whatever. Fucking she just smashed a car up or whatever. Like it shows like a lot of crazy shit like that. Like very kind of realistic, almost kind of uh style that they're going for. But yeah, man, it's GTA 6, Vice City, it's coming. But one of the things that the trailer did say at the end of the trailer that it is coming out in 2025. So we still have a year and a half, I would say, for stuff before the game comes out, and that's even if it comes out that year, if it doesn't get delayed. What do you guys think about video game companies like Rockstar and stuff coming out a year ahead of time, over a year ahead of time at this point, to release and announce a trailer? I mean,
it's
companies do it,
cool.
right?
Yeah, it's just
People,
like so far away though. I'm going.
right. Should we lower
I
our
wish it would wait
expectations?
a little longer. Like we all knew it was coming, or they could just say, hey, we're making a game. I'd rather see a trailer like 6 months out.
Me too,
Like
man. I wish. Who did that? What company did that? Where they released a trailer and were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this shit's out like in a few months." But like, I hate
that's
when
true.
companies they all do it though. They're all
Yeah.
fucking. They've all done it. Every single one of them has.
Yeah.
Where they've come out and released trailers for shit that's not out for
Well,
years.
if you remember, PlayStation was doing it back. I don't know when it was,
Dude,
2019, 2020,
Xbox
and then
Xbox has been doing it too. They've been doing it with Fable. Like, I
yeah,
don't think
well,
Fable will be out in the next year. I don't think Fable will be out in I don't even know, maybe 2025, maybe.
that was a teaser. So that was when okay, but that was my point was when somebody was kind of grilling Phil Spencer uh 3 years later on why are you kind of doing the PlayStation thing about games that are not coming out for another year and a half 2 years like PlayStation did. He's like, yeah, we need to do better on that. Like that's
Well,
Phil talk,
because
right?
Xbox was the one that threw shade on PlayStation for it. They were the ones that
Yes.
you remember a few years ago. They were like, "Oh, all the games that we're going to show today are going to come out in the next 12 months." Remember, they were the ones
Yeah.
that did that.
Yes.
They were the ones throwing shade at people, saying, "Oh, the games we show are going to be out in the next year." Well, yeah, but now all of a sudden that's changed, right? That tune is completely different now. Like, I get it, COVID threw a wrench and all that, but at the same time, that wasn't Microsoft before that. Before that, they had games that were in development for a long fucking time. You look at Crackdown. Crackdown was announced in like 2012 or 2011. Crackdown 3. That shit did not come out till like 2018, 2019, right? Like, it
Yeah,
came out
that's
a
right.
long
That's a good
time
one. That
later.
that's a good one, right? That's a good example. Yep.
So
And
like
it
like
sucked.
all these companies do it, right? Like, I mean, obviously, I don't think Rockstar is going to release a game that sucks. I have full faith.
Yeah.
I have full faith that Rockstar is going to release a badass game. Maybe it's not going to be for everyone. Because Red Dead Redemption 2 had a lot of hype, but it also wasn't for everyone. Like people liked it, but also people had complaints about it, right? People are gonna have complaints about GTA 6, you know. People are not gonna like certain aspects of it, you know. Maybe they kept some of the aspects um from Red Dead, you know, some of the realism, some of the stuff that they had in Red Dead. Maybe they kept it for GTA 6, and maybe they said, you know what, no, we're doubling down on the realism. We're doubling down on you having to do certain things, you know, or whatever, you know. So we'll see what happens there. Um, you know, remember how people were complaining in Red Dead that you had to brush your horse? Oh, you have to brush
That
your
was
stupid
not.
horse.
Yeah,
Or
whatever.
you have to feed your horse or whatever. Like what if Rockstar said, "Oh yeah, in GTA 6 you have to put gas in your car."
And it costs you like
Uh,
$20 a gallon.
yeah.
It was
Rob
Or
added
banks with gas
realism.
in your
It
car.
was added
yeah.
realism, guys. It wasn't. You didn't have to do any of that stuff. So that was like fake toxicity against Red Dead Redemption 2, right? You did not have to do any of those things. It was more of an added realism. That's all it was. I knew
Yeah.
it. I knew it. This came from people that never played the fucking game, right? So fuck those people.
I love Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the realism in it. I love how real and fucking gritty and crazy that game could be.
You want to get kicked
Um,
your horse? Try to like
yeah.
grab it from behind or something. It'll kick you. Try punching it. It'll kick you. But no, you
But
did not
yeah,
have to. Yeah, none of that was
GTA
true.
6, it's been announced. It's finally here, boys. We finally made it. We've lived long enough to see the trailer. Hopefully, we live long enough to see the game come out.
Damn. See,
The
I don't think
the
I've lived
trailer
long
was
enough to
what,
actually see the
like
actual
13
release
years
of
in
it.
making?
Dude, I mean, it's been 10 years since GTA 5 came out.
That's
Was it 10? I don't think it was
crazy,
13.
right? Because I bought that game on
It was
Xbox
10.
One, and remember
Yeah.
when we started
Dude,
doing the podcast, Jesus? I
I
traded
bought
it
that.
in.
No, dude, I bought that game on 360, not
Oh,
even
360.
Xbox
Sorry,
One.
yes. Yes. Remember when I bought it on
Remember,
360 and then
it
we were
came in
doing the
like
podcast and
that
then you
game
were like,
came
"Goody."
that game came on 3 disc or some shit on 360, remember?
It wasn't 3, damn.
Was it 3 or
I
2?
don't
No, it
remember it
was
being on 3,
I
but it might
know
have been.
it was multiple. It wasn't just one. I remember that was the one thing PlayStation fans were saying. Oh, on PS3 is only one disc, but Xbox cannot. Remember, because Xbox was using the DVD format, so they couldn't fit as much info on their
That's
disc,
right.
so they had
Yep.
to have multiple discs. But PlayStation had one disc because they had Blu-ray format, so it could fit more data.
Yeah. That's
But
right. 360
that
didn't
game
have
came
Blu-ray
out. That game
till
came
later.
out on that game came out on a 360, dude. It did not come out on Xbox One. It was launched on a 360 and PlayStation 3 and PC back then. And that was early 2013 maybe that it came out.
No, remember? I remember when we first started, I'd have to go back and listen. But then I want to say I traded that in for like the physical disc, and they gave me a digital code. It was part of the GameStop kind of a deal with like next
No,
generation games.
that was the deal with like when they were doing that shit where like, oh, if you bought Battlefield on your 360, you can upgrade and get Battlefield 4 on your Xbox One if you're buying the new console. You know, they were doing like some sort of upgrade thing. GameStop was.
Yeah, might have been
Um,
Battlefield, like I said.
I recall. I know it was for probably was for GTA as well.
I remember not having to buy it. I bought like got the digital edition.
You traded it in. It probably give you a credit, like a $50 credit for GTA 5 or whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man. You know, Mayo, do you think we're gonna need 5090s for these?
Mhm. Maybe. It does look pretty impressive.
It
'Cause
does, right?
you got a big open world too, so it's gonna take a powerful CPU as well. You know, if you have a
Yeah.
lot of character density and stuff like that, and a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on. So,
So
yeah,
we'll see.
I bet it'll push the graphics cards, I bet.
I guess wait to build a new PC till 2025
Yeah.
to see the
Yeah, I'm sure, I
specs.
mean, next year we'll have new cards probably coming out anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll probably have new cards as this game is launching, you know? Even
So
new
I'll go get a
what
4060
what
and it won't even
what
be valid enough to play GTA
yeah,
6. So
exactly. You do by the time this game comes out, there'll be 66,000 series cards out, you know what I mean? This year coming out, we'll have 5,000 series, and then 2025 we'll have 6,000 series. So even if you upgrade next year's card, you will be able to play it, right? Even with the cards you have now, you'll be able to play it, but at lower settings for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a
Um,
picture show.
Anyways, another news: Cult of the Lamb is getting an update, the sex update. That's right, it's
That
coming
game's still
out.
around.
Okay, they said they would add the sex update if they got 300,000 followers by the end of the year on the X, and they did. Okay, they have 455,000 followers, and they're doing the sex update.
I decided
Okay.
not to follow them, but okay, they got it. Congrats to them.
I'm assuming all this is that it's a breeding update. Like, oh, you can,
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a tent. They go into the tent, and you can like
yeah,
take your followers. Don't have like another follower come out of it. You know.
yeah. Um,
That's
so
a
there's
cult.
that. That's
It would be
coming.
funny though if they had like little like baby minion like followers, and you had
Yeah,
special tasks for them. You know, like have the kids be the ones who go out and pick up the poop. You
that
know,
would be funny.
like
Yeah.
they
They
had
could be
kid
the
jobs.
slaves. Yeah, they could pick up feces around the ground.
In other news, Lego Fortnite is a brand new survival crafting game that is set to arrive in Fortnite on December 7th, Game Award Day. I'm assuming there's going to be probably a trailer for it at the Game Awards. And uh, it is the first play experience from the long-term partnership now between Epic Games and the Lego Group. While details are a little bit scarce, it was revealed that within Lego Fortnite, players can now explore vast open worlds where the magic of Lego building and Fortnite collide. Designed for people of all ages to enjoy together, the game will encourage creativity, experimentation, and collaboration through play. Epic Games and the Lego Group announced their partnership back in 2022, and the goal is to shape the future of the metaverse and make it fun and safe for all. The partnership is governed by three principles, and all three were agreed upon both by Epic Games and the Lego Group. These are the principles, guys. Principle one, Mayo: protect children's right to play by making safety and well being a priority. Principle number
Hmm.
two: safeguard children's privacy by putting their best interest first. And number three: empower children and adults with tools that give them control over their digital experience. So this news arrives just after Fortnite's The Big Bang event kicked off what will become into Fortnite Chapter 5 Underground, which will
Wait,
also see the addition of Peter Griffin and Solid Snake skins added into the game. Will be a new island, weapon mods, and a new train that will ride across the map, and much more, Gunny.
Apex.
what about Apex? Yeah, what about Principle 4, which is make sure kids have access to their parents' debit card? You know,
Oh, principle, that's not in there. That's hidden. That's a hidden.
Yeah.
right?
That's hidden principle number 4. That's a secret
They could
principle.
buy this
When
DLC and
my boy was over this
custom.
weekend, he put up the trailer. Somebody was watching the trailer for it. It actually looks kind of interesting. Though. I was like, it has,
It
they added
does.
like wall jumping. They added this train thing like Apex, but Jesus, they also added armor or a riot shield. So
Ooh,
we're getting
wow.
some.
Call of
So you got
Duty
like a riot
inspiration,
shield
huh?
now. So it's like, man, it's like taking a little bit from Call of Duty, a little bit from Apex,
A little
continuing
bit from
still to
everyone.
just yeah, but it has like a wall jumping mechanic, which is kind of cool. So now
Yeah,
when somebody's building, you can like kind of jump up at one time. So
yeah,
it looks like it's gonna be making people a little more mobile, which is kind of
yeah.
interesting. But yeah, then they had the whole Lego introduction plus the Family Guy stuff and Solid Snake and everything else. So can they just keep adding to that game, don't they? I mean, first they did this big reboot for Chapter 5. Like they brought it back to the old school type of play. Then they had the Eminem concert the
No
other day,
build.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
In other news, moving on to more news. PlayStation accounts are now being permanently banned. Many PlayStation Network users are now reported Monday that their accounts were unsuspectedly permanently suspended. It said they logged onto their PlayStation to see this. It said This account is permanently suspended from PlayStation Network due to violations of the PlayStation Network Terms of Service and User Agreement. Um, a user on Reddit reported getting a similar message, and a look at PlayStation accounts on Facebook and Instagram shows dozens of people who received similar notices in the last few hours. Some who have received these suspensions are understandably distraught, as they may have spent a lot of money on digital PlayStation games that they no longer have access to. Sony has not publicly acknowledged any of the issues, and there's nothing about any problems listed on Sony's important notices PlayStation support page, and the company hasn't posted about them on its PlayStation or Ask PlayStation social accounts on X. The company did not reply for comment. So, who knows? Maybe it's a widespread problem, maybe it's not. In other news, moving on here to more news. The Day Before developer is asking the players to please not accuse them, okay? Do not accuse them, Mayo, of scamming. This week, The Day Before will finally be released. It is a day that has been up in the air for years following legal disputes, postponements, and claims that the open world survival game is nothing more than vaporware. On Thursday, December 7, we'll get our hands on the game after all this waiting, and we'll finally find out it was just all some heated fever dream or whatever, blah, blah, blah. In a recent statement published before the game's release, The Day Before developer, fantastic without an A, without the first A. So fantastic revealed that it loves everyone and said that they created the game even for those that did not believe in them. The team is also pleased with the internet, requesting that the gaming community doesn't accuse them of scamming. They said, please don't accuse us of scamming. That's not true. We didn't take a penny from anyone. Please don't accuse us of asset flips. That's not true also. Our team worked night and day for 5 years to make our dream game a reality. There were apologies made for not having the best marketing, they said, which, so there's that. So we'll see. December 7th, they'll probably have a trailer at the Game Awards. Watch it if you're going to be watching. I will not be watching the Game Awards due to other things, but if you are watching it, there'll be that.
I'll be listening. But do you just remember about 6 months ago I talked about this game the days before? I was following it for a little bit. So a couple YouTubers that were really following this thing really closely, that were like, man, like, and they were posting videos, and Jesus, I gotta say, the videos looked amazing. Like, it looked like it looked like The Last of Us meets the other PlayStation kind of genre. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it looked really, really good. And I thought, oh wow, this game looks pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, but then they actually came out with like, they said, no, it's not fake. We're going to come out with real gameplay. And then they finally did. And it looked not very good. Like, you could tell, like, it looked like almost like that kind of free to play game, that were like, yeah, this is fake. This has got to be vaporware. So, and I haven't heard anything since until kind of today where I look, where they're like, nah, keep believing in us. This is actually real and it's going to happen. So, we'll see. We'll see how this game shapes up. So, as long as they're not asking for money or trying to bring it out into early access, then I guess I'm okay with it. But it was like the heavily pre-ordered game on Steam at the time. So,
in other news, Microsoft is now reassessing, or they've revamped their award system. They did the reward points. Now there is a 15. They removed the daily 15-point bonus from using Microsoft Edge, and they reduced the rewards for daily activities to just 1 or 2 points, down from 5 to 10 points. On the Xbox, users reported that the company is making additional changes to reduce the point opportunities as well. So there's that. And I think there's also now a 15-minute cooldown. So like before you used to get points for your searching on Bing or whatever, or Edge. and I guess you would just get points for every search. But now there's a cooldown on that. You only get points for 3 searches every 15 minutes, Mayo. Because what
Correct.
people would do is they would run like the script, like this fucking. It's like a thing you install on your browser, and it would automatically search for like different things like really
Just
fast,
randomly. Yeah.
and then they would just get a shitload of points. I know a few people that have done that, and but they're apparently now they're just getting rid of that. They're gonna limit you, so that thing could search 100 searches, but it's only gonna give you rewards for 3 searches every 15 minutes. So there's that. In other news, Sony is removing purchased Discovery TV shows from their PlayStation Store. So there's that. An illegal notice sent to users who have previously bought Discovery content on the PlayStation Store. The company said that those shows will become unavailable due to licensing issues from December 31st. Due to our current licensing agreements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of their previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library, the notice said. So there's that. So that means over 1,300 seasons of shows will be removed as listed by PlayStation, including Animal Planet Presents, Cake Boss, Deadliest Cash, How It's Made, and Mythbusters. Says here last year, PlayStation removed purchased content from Studio Canal due to evolving licensing agreements with its content providers. So there's that. It's pretty much if you bought stuff from this thing, you will not be able to access it anymore. That's the shitty part about digital content, right? You buy it, you can't use it if they lock it. But
Yeah,
I
that's
know, I
true.
know, I know people like to make the argument, right? You like to make the argument, well, that's why I buy my games physical. But let me tell you something. If these companies decide to that game, say like Rockstar, right? Say for some reason Rockstar said, you know what? GTA 5, there's too many problems with the licensing. We fucked up. We gotta get rid of it. All they have to do is release a patch, and that patch can lock that fucking game up, and you will not be able to launch it. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Mhm.
if you have, maybe if you had installed it with the disc and you never connect to the internet, you will be able to play it still as it is. But if you ever connect it to the internet and that thing updates, you're fucked. It's locked out, even if you had a disc. So like that's the shitty part about digital content, man. So I guess if you
Yeah.
own Discovery stuff,
Right,
sorry.
like so Discovery, and you bought it with your PlayStation account, right? Versus outside of the Discovery app, right? But if you paid it with your, like I said, PlayStation account, Xbox account, whatever, they can say, well, we no longer honor it, right? So good
Yeah.
luck.
In other news, Rockstar's announcement of their GTA 6 trailer became the most liked tweet on X or whatever. It's the most liked gaming tweet of all time. Actually, that's what it is. Let's put it that way, guys. All right.
I'm gonna go
All
like
right.
it right now.
Let's see. You're like.
I'm gonna go like it. Where's it at?
All right. All right. This is the most liked. Okay. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Most liked tweet. How many likes did it get? Let's see here.
I'm trying to look for it. Give me a
1.9
second.
million likes. 1.9
Damn.
million likes, and people viewed it 148 million times. That means people saw that post 148 million times and liked it 1.9 million times. And all it said was trailer, Tuesday, December 5th, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Mayo. That's all it said, dude.
Oh,
And that's nuts. So like that's the power Rockstar has, right? Like they guys,
Yeah.
who else? I can't think of another publisher or developer that has that power. Like to just release a stupid fucking thing with palm trees and birds and a sky and a logo and like it says, "Hi guys, we're dropping a trailer this day." trailer number 1 goes out on this day, and that shit becomes the most like gaming tweet of all time. I bet
Right.
Bethesda and Microsoft are over there like, God damn, man, how the fuck do they do it? You know, I bet all these other companies, CD Projekt Red, Bethesda, fucking EA, they're over there like, what the fuck, man? Like these guys, how do we compete with that, dude? You know, how do you compete
Yeah. That
with the
instant just
company
recognition, you know?
that fucking Rockstar logo? How do you compete with that, dude? You don't, you know? And it's crazy because people have. I mean, I've been waiting for GTA 6 forever now. You know, I've said it for years. I want the next Grand Theft Auto, and it's fucking crazy. Like it's exciting. You know, it really is like a big moment. But it is also kind of like you know we talked earlier. You know, it is also kind of like a bummer to realize, oh man, this is not coming out for another year and a half, probably. You know, this probably won't be out till this time, December of 2025.
Right?
Two
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
say
we're gonna
Christmases.
see
November. I'm gonna say
videos
November.
every 6 months or 8 months, you know?
We still
Ooh,
have two Christmases left before we see GTA 6, Gunny.
yeah,
Two Christmases left, bro.
right. If it gets
Fuck.
delayed, at least 2 Christmases.
God. Well, it is two Christmases. We have this one coming up, and then next year's, no
Oh yeah,
matter
yeah.
what.
I'm
So that
shit.
is
I'm thinking. I'm
It'll
thinking
be
it's 2024 already. Yeah.
it'll be three Christmases if it gets delayed past
Mm-hmm.
2025. And it could, you know, because I remember Red Dead have like that had like three different launch dates, didn't it? It had like the original one, and then they delayed it into March because it was like November original, delayed into March, and then delayed again into like November, right? They delayed it three times. I remember that.
So I was talking to Mayo about this, and I don't know if you're gonna. If there was another article in there about the fact that you know how they released this on console and then PC later, but one of the things is Mayo. I believe that the actual Rockstar launcher is a new thing they started a couple years ago.
They started it with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mhm.
They started it with that. I don't remember
Yeah.
that. I remember when it came out, they were like, "Hey guys, so PlayStation, you know, whatever, 4, Xbox One."
Remember, because
Um,
you couldn't buy Red Dead on Steam. I remember
correct.
that.
Yeah, and then Mayo, you pointed out what that on Steam,
No, it wasn't available, like, on launch. I think it took a little while for GTA to
GTA
come out on
4.
PC after it came out to console. I think it's always
And
been a
like
delay.
even Red Dead, eventually they brought it to Steam. I think a year later, but
Yeah,
they
but they didn't
they held
release it on
they
PC
held
right
on
away.
to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they held on to that on uh on their launcher on the PC, Red Dead Redemption 2. Then they finally released it on Epic. I think maybe it was Epic first and then Steam. I don't know how it was, but they
I think it was
yeah,
their own store. Like, it's when they opened their store and then but
yeah.
the GTA 5, I don't remember. Like, I had a disc for that one, actually. That was
I
one of
know
the
that
last games with a disc I bought.
I know that uh Red Dead Redemption 2 I had to buy on their launcher on the PC to play it.
Yeah, I think I got the online version for PC. I mean, I bought it Xbox day one, but I think eventually it was kind of a free thing on the launcher for the online version.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'll be buying it on the old console, the old Xbox Series X. Me and Ryan play that mostly for the story. Even though I didn't play too much of the online for GTA 5. I probably watched more of it on Steam,
So
role
Rockstar
play.
has come out and they have confirmed, of course. I mean, this is probably not a surprise to anyone. Mayo, I don't know if you're gonna be bummed about this one, Mayo. But GTA 6 will not be on previous generation consoles. So
Oh,
no PS4, no Xbox Series or no Xbox One X release. They have come out and said Rockstar Games is publishing, blah, blah, blah. They're proud to announce that GTA 6 is coming to PS5, computer entertainment systems, and Xbox Series X and S games and entertainment systems in 2025. They did not mention PC, though.
Yeah, I guarantee. Well, I won't guarantee, but typically they've always come out like 6 months later on a GTA game on PC.
So you think they'll come out console first and then PC?
Yeah. Yep.
So you're telling me I'm gonna have to buy this on my PS5 and then buy it again on the PC?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. They know
Yeah.
how to do that.
Because you know damn right I
They got
will.
to
I don't
double
give a
dip, man. They got
fuck.
to double dip.
I don't give a
Yep.
fuck. I'm buying it, Mayo. I'm buying it day one. I don't care
Here's
what I
what's
have
gonna
to do,
happen.
Mayo.
You're gonna
I
get it
feel
on the
like
console and you're gonna
Rockstar.
play it and you're gonna enjoy it. And then you're gonna see it on PC, right? And you could be like,
And shit.
"Oh, it'll run a little better. It's gonna have better graphics." But then you're gonna be like, "Oh, but I can mod it," And then you're gonna be like in the
Ooh.
mods, and the next
And
thing
then
you know,
playing
you're buying.
the online.
Yeah,
Ooh.
see,
Yeah.
Rockstar sells more consoles than anybody, right?
Who do
That's
you
how they
think?
do it.
Okay. Who do you think we're gonna see the logo this Thursday when it comes out at the Game Awards and they have another trailer? Which logo do you think you'll see with it? Do you think you'll see an Xbox logo? Do you think you'll see a PlayStation logo? I'm thinking PlayStation.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
thinking
too.
like the dominant leader, PlayStation.
Yeah,
I'm just I don't.
plus I've always associated GTA with PlayStation because they were always there on the PS2. They were exclusive to PlayStation before they came to the Xbox.
Oh,
Like
that's right, they were. Yep.
San Andreas did not come out on the Xbox for years. It took them they had like a 3-year exclusivity deal. It didn't come out till like 3 years later on the Xbox for San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto 3 was never on the Xbox until they like re-released it like years later. And of course GTA 1 and 2 were on the PlayStation 1 only.
Yep.
And then I remember wasn't GTA was that like a console marketing thing that I think they were with PlayStation 2 maybe.
I
I don't
no, I
remember.
want to say
I
GTA
think that
4 was same time because I remember when
no,
that came
GTA
out.
4 was GTA 4 was on both, right? But
Yeah.
like in terms of the marketing, who do they market with? I don't know if they marketed with Xbox or PlayStation. I'm thinking this time around it's going to be PlayStation. I think you'll see a big available on the PS5 at launch, and it'll be like the fucking music will start playing, the Rockstar logo comes up, Gunny, you know, some cool rap music comes on, and we'll have another cool trailer about them robbing banks or something. And then yeah,
What if they do?
Rockstar,
So they got their own launcher, but what if they come out and say buy it on the Epic Store for the first
but
year?
they won't because they're gonna come out on console first.
Yeah.
Right. And
So
then they
it's
have their
console
own
first.
store.
Yeah, console first, and then PC on their launcher first, and then like 3 months later on Steam or something. They'll
They
be like,
always
"Oh,
wait. They waited a year for. I want to say it was almost a full year. Jesus, remember we went through it on the podcast. Like, when is it coming to Steam? Damn it! I remember it was a while.
I caved. I fucking bought it on their launcher, and I don't give a fuck. I will buy GTA 5 on their launcher again, and I'll probably buy it on Steam again. I'm fucking buying
Yeah. See, there's
GTA.
a double dip.
I,
Right there it is.
yeah, I'm buying
They got
GTA
you.
on everything, Mayo. I'm buying that shit on everything. All right? I'm telling you right now, I'm playing this fucking game, Mayo. I don't care what you say, Mayo.
Everywhere.
I'm playing it. I'm buying it. I don't give a fuck. All right. Also, Sam Hauser came out and said Grand Theft Auto 6 continues our efforts to push the limits of what's possible in highly immersive, story-driven open world experiences. We're thrilled to be able to share this new vision with players everywhere. That's right. Yeah.
Who's the guy at Rockstar? I guess he left. He was like the original founder, and he started
Yeah.
his own gaming studio. I thought it was Sam Hauser, but it was somebody different.
No. Who's the other guy? His friend. There was two of them. I
Yeah.
forget the other guy's name.
Every time I see it pop up on X Twitter, where I'm like, oh fuck, he's not with Rockstar anymore. He's got his own game studio, but he bought a couple writers with him and a developer. He's defected.
Man, how much
But it's
GTA
not Sam
6
Hauser.
news? How much GTA 6 news you think we'll see in the next fucking month? It's
Yeah,
gonna be
depends.
everything.
I think it
GTA.
depends on what they if they show anything tomorrow, which I guess they already showed it today, if they show anything at the game awards tomorrow, then
There's
yeah, it
also
could be.
leaks. There's leaks on TikTok apparently. Apparently, one of the developers' kids is playing it on a PC, and they fucking and they made a bunch of TikTok videos of them
Hey
playing the
Yeah.
guys, look at
game.
my TikTok channel. I have this new game called
Uh,
GTA 6.
and they apparently showed the map. They showed some of the PC settings that are in there, and some other shit. Like I know they showed the map, maybe some gameplay, and some of the PC settings. Like what are the visual settings you could use for right now, I guess. Like, but
So
yeah,
do
he was
you think
playing
that
it on a
guy's fired?
PC. I don't know, man, because they never took down the videos. Rockstar didn't take them down. They're still
Yeah,
available. I think now they're still available. They may have taken them down
but
by now, but they were up for a long fucking time. Like, you
they
could just
had to
go
have
there
known
and
who it
watch
was.
them.
They could track that account and be like, okay, it's this person.
Yeah,
Like they could figure it out.
but
I'm sure who it was, and then whose kid it was.
yeah, I mean, but they said like they figured that it was a developer's one of the kids from one of the developers in Rockstar. But I wonder, like, if you work, okay, say you work with Rockstar, right? And you're making GTA 6, and they say, okay, we're going to give you a build to take home and work on the game. How many of those people do you think actually get to take home an actual playable copy of the game? Like how many of them get access to that? I wonder. Like, they have to have a limited
Yeah.
number, right? Because they can't.
Yeah, it's got to be a few.
It's got to
They
be a
can't
few,
just say.
right?
Yeah, they can't just say everyone gets a copy of GTA 6. Go home and play it, guys. No, it has to
Yeah.
be like a limited amount of people that get to actually play that shit and access it at their house. Like
Not only that, but I'm also thinking like when I think GTA 6, and I could be wrong on this, I'm sure Call of Duty's probably a little different. So there's a map out there, guys, with like game support studios, right? Art, design, lighting, right?
oh, dude,
I
Rockstar
mean
has probably a shitload of
there's a
those. Yeah.
ton. So I don't know what Rockstar has. They
Well,
probably hire
Rockstar.
these other companies. They're everywhere, all over the US.
Oh, everywhere.
Where they might say, take this build, guys, check it out,
But
share it with your friends,
we
sign the
also
NDA.
know, no, they may not have that because Rockstar is a game developing company that only works on one game usually at a time.
Yeah.
It
So
is
I figured
it
it's
is
probably pretty tight, how
like
they
they worked
manage it.
on they're probably say they're working on the next Red Dead game right now as they're doing this. They're probably they've already started it. They're probably working on it right as we speak, right? They're probably coming up with the stories and shit to put in there, the characters, whatever, or whatever other game they're making. But like they have a lot of studios. It's not just Rockstar is Rockstar San Diego, but they also have like Rockstar Santa Monica. I think they probably have like I think they have like Rockstar Vancouver, like
Probably.
in Canada, and they have like Rockstar. They have like Rockstar like fucking Singapore or some shit. Like they have
Yes.
Rockstar. It's everywhere, dude. Like they have it everywhere.
Right. So they could
And
have like those studios. Right. There's all kinds of hands in it, right? Where maybe whatever, Singapore or fucking Hong Kong or wherever the other Rockstar, they could be making the buildings, right? And another supporting studio could just be making cars or yeah. So I'm sure I know it's probably
so
really
listen,
difficult to keep this
they have Rockstar
tight lipped.
Dundee. They have Rockstar Dundee, which is in Scotland. They have Rockstar India. They have Rockstar Los Angeles. They have Rockstar Leeds in England. They have Rockstar Lincoln in England. Rockstar London in England. Rockstar New England in Massachusetts. They have Rockstar North in Scotland. Rockstar San Diego. Rockstar Toronto. So they have all those. That's all the studios they have. They used to have Rockstar Vancouver. Apparently, they don't have it anymore. That closed after GTA 5 came out. And
Get out of
apparently,
the
they
Canada
have.
land. Get out of the Canada land right now.
Apparently, they used to have a Rockstar Vienna
Unless it
in
was
Austria.
Vancouver,
That closed.
California,
But yeah, they have like all
or
these
wherever.
one, two. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Rockstar places working on shit. They're all probably not working on the GTA 6, but A lot of them probably are, or helping at least, right? Because that game is a money printer. How many billions of dollars do you think GTA 6 is going to make first day?
Man,
I
like
say
I'm
2
thinking of
billion.
okay. Remember the
Way,
online
yeah.
for
I'm
GTA
thinking
5?
2 billion. GTA 5 broke the record when they came out. It broke the record for fastest selling video game of all time. Like I think it broke the record. I know Call of Duty had it before it, because I think Call of Duty was like at 1 billion something, and then Rockstar came out and said, "Yeah, bro, we made like 1.7 billion on this shit."
It was like a couple weeks later, from memory. I don't know if that.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't available at launch. My memory is vague on GTA 5. But I remember we were talking about it. I don't know if we were even doing you guys were doing the podcast before I was on it, but I was like, when's it available? Because I want to be able to play it. I want to say,
listen, I'm looking at the
yeah,
Guinness World
that was
Records, Gunny.
insane.
Listen, motherfucker, I'm looking at Guinness World Records. Okay, guess how many records GTA 5 in 2013. How many records it broke?
At least 3 that I know of.
It broke 7. Okay, it broke best-selling action adventure game in 24 hours. Best-selling video game in 24 hours, fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion, fastest video game to gross $1 billion, highest grossing video game in 24 hours, highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours, and the most viewed trailer for an action adventure game of all time. It broke all that. Those are like 7 records that game holds in the Guinness Book of World Records. That's nuts. So that means it didn't just break fastest video game of all time, selling $2 billion. It was the best action, best selling video game ever, and the fastest one to make $1 billion. And it became the best selling in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's insane.
And fastest entertainment to make $1 billion. That's a lot of records, dude.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
So like I'm thinking GTA 6. Oh, it's gonna be a lot. And then they say as of this year, as of August of this year, in 2023, GTA 5, how many copies do you think that fucker sold since 2013? From 2013 to now, Mayo, how many copies do
13
you
million.
give
13 million.
13 million is what they sold in 24 hours, Gunny.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
way
give me
off.
a number, Mayo.
Oh man, it's
How many copies?
400 million.
No, 185 million.
Oh well,
That's
You were off.
still-
It's
You
still
were
a
off.
lot.
You
Still
were
so much.
over, but that is a lot. That's fucking crazy.
They could buy all the forests from Tim Sweeney over at Epic. Man,
Is
No
it what
kidding,
is it
dude.
like number 2 all time or something like that in sales?
yeah, I think Minecraft beat him out, right?
Is it like Minecraft ahead of him and that's about it? I think.
Yeah, but
If you
Minecraft's not
just
like 60 or $50 or whatever. It was a cheaper
Right.
product.
yeah, if you take that number of copies and multiply it by 60, that's over $11 billion
Damn. Yeah, that's
on a game. Remember when they were making it? They were talking about how much it cost them to make GTA 5. They were like, "Yeah, we spent." Didn't they say they spent like 350 million to make it?
yes. That's what I
like,
remembered.
they were
Or
like,
the
yeah,
300
this,
million mark.
and people were saying like, damn, that is the most expensive. The people were saying that was the most expensive video game to ever make. Like they spent so much money on it that it was the most expensive video game ever. Like they people were saying, do you think it was worth it? And they're like, motherfucker, hey,
Yeah.
like, motherfucker, we're gonna make $10 billion on this fucking thing. You know, like of course it's worth it. Like fuck. So I wonder how much they spent on this one. People are saying that GTA 6 could have cost over $1 billion to make. $1 billion.
I'm
That's a
gonna
lot
go
of
with
fucking
like
money.
if it was 335 or whatever, I'm gonna go with like I don't know, 800 million to make this one.
I'm
right?
gonna,
That's
I'm
gonna be my
gonna, I'm gonna,
prediction.
no, I'm gonna say it cost them over $1 billion to make
A
this one.
billion? Ooh, that would be a
I think you
record
probably
right there.
right. Yeah.
Dude, they have 11 billion just off of the one game, and that's not counting the money they made off of all the other shit they sold. Plus, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and that sold pretty
Right.
good.
Whatever they
And
get
it's
from the
still,
online stuff, right?
yeah, and all the money they get from, like, literally every week they get money from online stuff. Like, that's not counting
Yeah, the
that.
shark card. Buy some shark cards, $20 shark card, and people are like, I'm gonna buy 12 of them shark cards at $20 a pop.
Yeah, and
That's where
that
they made
black
their
card,
money.
and they got that. Remember we were talking about they should come up with a subscription, but they already have one called the GTA Plus, which is like
Yeah,
$5, $5 a month or whatever. That you get like free shit in there. So they already have it, Mayo. They thought about it. They thought about it. Like, yeah, well, we subscription, Mayo. We have that. You want that, Mayo? We already have this for you. Go ahead.
see, I think they'll
Uh,
keep that same formula, Jesus, where you talked about
oh
like
fuck yeah.
this needs to be some kind of online RPG. It already is. It
It already
already is
is. They
there.
will. I guarantee
It
you.
is there.
I I think at the Game Awards they're gonna release a trailer about the online and say, hey, look,
Oh,
you
fucking
guys you guys like the online? We have a trailer for the online, and this is our idea of what we're gonna do. And I think they're gonna incorporate all that RPG role playing shit where
Mhm.
you could be
I think they
whatever
need
you
to.
want to be. I think they're going to. I think they're gonna say, you know what? We're gonna be an MMO. We're gonna be a fucking like you fucking be in here with 300
kind of
other
is.
people. Yeah, it's kind of like, but like I think they're gonna say, you know what? Right now, their current player count is like what 40 people in a match or something. We're gonna increase that number to like 300 people in a match. Like you can be in there with like 200 other people, and you can all do whatever the fuck you want. Like we
Yep.
don't care. We
I was
fucking
watching it today from a couple serious, Twitch, YouTube
yeah,
players. I watch it periodically where I'm like, that's cool, man. I like this role play stuff.
yeah. But I think that man, I'm excited, but I'm also like let down by the fact that it's gonna be a year out, Mayo. The way to hoy, can you
At
just
least.
freeze me? Can you guys just throw me like in a freezer and freeze me and then unfreeze me
Let
a
you out
year
next
and
year.
a let me out a year and a half from now?
Cryogenics.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say next
no,
year or like 2 years. Just
no,
wait till
like
it
in
comes out,
like
right?
yeah, just when like the day it's coming out, just unfreeze me that day and be like, all right, Jesus, today is the day it's coming out. You've been frozen for 20 years.
Well,
It's
I'm gonna do you
finally
a service.
coming out.
I'm gonna do you a service, Jesus. I might do it like a day or two before. You guys might have to kind of thaw out, get acclimated again. The world
Oh
might be a lot
yeah,
different
yeah.
by then, you know.
20 years from now, be flying cars and shit out here. And Jesus, your 3080 doesn't hold up anymore. You need
Yeah,
this fucking.
you got to go out like the day before and buy a whole new computer and all that too. So we gotta get you, we gotta unfreeze your bank account, and then we gotta go and buy you a new
Oh man.
PC and
Right?
buy you
Get
a new
your
Oh,
TV and
death certificate
make
out
you
and be like,
hit the
reverse
gym,
that.
to get those ligaments moving again and joints moving, so you can got
guys,
pull
is it
muscle
20?
while you're
Guys,
playing.
is it 2026? You guys are like, no, Jesus, they delayed the game a lot. It is the year 2030. It's the year 2032 now.
Sorry.
Oh
Sorry, your
fuck!
family's dead. Yeah.
Everyone
You said don't
died.
wait you until it
Everyone
came
died.
out.
World War III already happened. It ended already too. Yeah, you've been frozen for a long time, dude.
But your special request was when GTA 6 comes out, that's when we
Oh
revive you.
man.
We had to wait. We're sorry, but you signed the fucking agreement.
Gunny died of old age already. It's all fucked. We're
He's an
fucked.
AI. He's an AI guy now.
Yeah, we have an AI Gunny now. We replaced him. We just uploaded his brain to the computer, and that's how he podcasts. Oh shit. Oh man, that'd be fucking crazy. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed
Mayo's a
into
robot.
20. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed into 2030, man. Okay, let's hope that doesn't happen. I could
Yes.
do 20. I could do 2026. I could live with that maybe, but not 20 fucking 30, dude. Come on now.
Maybe
Like
2030 for Skyrim 2 or something.
Skyrim 2 won't be till 2030 because they already said, didn't they? Like, oh,
Yeah, they
don't expect the next Skyrim till 2029 at least or 2030. They said like they fucking know better. I think. They'll just release some other shitty Bethesda shit in between, like that.
Yeah, like
Some other random shit, right?
some
What are
mobile
that?
game,
What else do
Fallout
they have? Some
85 or
Fallout.
something
Yeah, Fallout. Yeah,
online.
Fallout 90 because 76 was before. We just had to make a bigger number. This is the new Fallout 76. It's better now. Whatever. Like they'll just release some other dumb shit in between. Another fucking what was that big flop with the vampires? Redfall.
Oh, oh yeah, that
Redfall,
was
yeah.
from yeah.
Was that this year?
It
Yeah.
was. Me and
Holy
you played it,
fuck.
Jesus.
God.
Redfall.
I played that game once for like 2 hours and I said never again, dude.
Remember we played it for like an hour together? We were like, man, the game looks
It
good, but it's
looks
empty.
okay, but it's like nothing here. Like what the
There's
fuck
nothing
are you?
there. Yeah.
Wasn't
I
like
was
the AI was really bad. You would shoot them and
really-
they just keep moving.
yeah,
And they wouldn't
they
even
just
get
Yeah.
to like.
they just spin in circles.
Right.
Fucking vampires spinning in circles and shit. Just fucking sitting there spinning in circles. Like what is it
The only cool
doing?
part about it was when we went back to the church, right? And then
Yeah,
like started
yeah. The
like doing
church was
stuff
cool.
at the fucking base of operations. Like, oh, this is
Finally,
cool.
but
We get to
like
go to different places,
remember we
and
broke into we.
people.
I remember specifically we broke into a house because we're like you were like the door is locked. I was like fuck the door. We just broke the window and I was like oh we could do that. Oh, okay.
And then we both
That-
died from one enemy. But yeah, it was
yeah.
like it was just void of enemies, I think,
It was
tasks.
it was boring. Like you're it almost it felt like it wanted to be kind of like what's that
Left 4
game by
Dead.
like no what's that game by Undead Labs?
Oh, the State of Decay.
It almost felt like it wanted to be like State of Decay but with
But it
vampires.
looked
But they
better. I mean, it
it
actually
looked
looked
better.
good graphics.
It,
Yeah.
it looked decent, but they just it wasn't State of Decay. State of Decay actually has like zombies everywhere and shit. Like this was not that. You know?
Remember? And then we watched the trailer, and then no, not the trailer.
Yeah.
But while playing the game, remember the cutscenes were like, oh, I knew it. I knew fucking right away when they showed the cutscenes that it was like they put in those kind of default still, water, fucking images of like, you know, whatever you want to call those, right? Where it's like, oh, that
Yeah.
shows the person falling down, but yeah, it's like the still images, right? Picture show style type stuff. And
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this game is not even close to being completed. Let's revisit this one in a year. So
Anyways, big news here. Last piece of news I have for you guys. Game Awards 2023 are happening, Mayo. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just making sure you knew. I don't know if you knew, but okay. Game Awards. Okay, when are they happening? You may ask. December 7th, Mayo. That's this Thursday. Okay. How to watch these? Well, you can tune in, and there'll be a 30-minute pre-show beginning at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. The main show will begin at 5 p.m. Pacific, and then it's expected to run roughly for 3 hours, according to the Game Awards websites. Okay? All right. You can watch this. This is telling me on IGN. I don't want to watch it on IGN. You can watch it on IGN, apparently. But you can also watch it on YouTube, Mail, Twitch, Twitter, or X, and Facebook Live. It'll be live on Facebook, X, on Twitch, and YouTube. I guess my favorite's always Twitch or YouTube. Mostly YouTube
Yeah.
I'll
now,
have to use
actually.
YouTube. I'll actually be at work, and I can play YouTube at work while I'm driving around. So
Yeah.
like, it doesn't have any playback issues. So I'll probably play it on YouTube and just have it sitting on my lip, and
Audio.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah. I'll probably be driving around different accounts.
Yeah.
So that's how I usually play it through the audio.
Baldur's
Then
Gate
watch it
3
later.
Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2 have received 8 nominations. Marvel Spider-Man 2 received 7. Zelda Legend, whatever, Tears of the Kingdom, and Super Mario Brothers received 5. Game of the Year nominees, of course, are again Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, which I don't even think that should be there, Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I also don't think should be there,
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom are the nominees for Game of the Year. And yeah, so there's that.
I watched a video the other day, and they was kind of talking about all the nominees, and it was I think it was it was like another podcast, or whatever, but they have like a YouTube video, and they were just like doing their picks and everything. I actually made a comment on there on like some of these games don't belong. Like where's of course where's Hogwarts? In any of
Yeah,
these categories. So
yeah.
obviously, kind of some of their political stance, I think, because of
And that
JK.
game totally got. I think that whole J.K. Rowling shit and the
Yeah,
whole
that's what I think.
Just
controversy.
kind of
That
blacklisted, yeah.
that is what it got black. I guarantee if that game was like a fucking, if that game was a Lord of the Rings game, a fucking name any other franchise like that, right? Like a Star Wars
Or if it
game.
could have been any game, it wouldn't even have to be a franchise. If it wasn't tied to
If it was
Harry
just a
Potter at all,
fantasy, yeah, if it was
yeah.
just a fantasy wizard game, it would have been like, oh my god, this game deserves to be up there with best adventure game or best action adventure or whatever. Like it would have
Yeah,
been up there
they
at
they
least.
need to make a Wish version of this game, and then just call it
Yeah,
Sorcerers and
not
Wizards, and then it'd be a Game of the Year.
cross out, not anything with Harry Potter, not Hogwarts, some other kind of warts. Okay,
Because
well, because like
I think
literally,
Well,
this
man, like
game was it like audio and like atmosphere. I think that game should have got some awards, nominations, because the music and
dude,
the atmosphere,
oh
it felt like you were in
yeah.
Hogwarts, and I don't like the movies.
The combat was fun too. Like the whole casting spells and changing the different spells was kind of cool, and it was a good game. And
Yeah,
then
it had
I
good
need to go
music,
back
it
to
had good
play that.
atmosphere, the play style was fun, but it was like one of the top selling game this year, or second best game of the year selling wise.
I can look that up for you right now. I could
I
pull
think
it
I'm
I
right
think it's
here.
sure,
top two.
Mayo.
So
I'm sure.
Hogwarts Legacy stands as of right now. We look
Because it just came out on the Switch too, and
for the
so
year. For the year to date, it is the best selling game of the year.
I think about this where what is
Number
it in the
one.
beginning? In the beginning of voting, right? What did we say it was, Jesus? Was like 200 people from various website journalists
Yeah.
that actually vote for these. Is that correct?
Yeah. The nominees, yeah, they
The
vote for the
nominees. I'm just going
nominee.
to use that number 200. I don't know the actual number 230. I don't fucking know. So yeah, when I think about like Hogwarts and what J.K. Rowling said and how I understand she doesn't have anything to do with the game, but obviously she's profiting from it in some way, right? And I don't know. Yeah, I still don't understand it. I'm sure later on, right? I'm sure there's going to be conversations in the future from now. I don't know, it could be 6 months from now to say some freaking people that voted, right? There could be 10 people that can come forward and say, "Yeah, we wanted it to be, at least nominated for, best music, like you said, Mayo, or
Yeah.
whatever it might be." But then we were kind of shot down from, letting it actually be in there because of J.K. Rowling. I don't know. So
I mean, the other thing for me, like best RPG, it had Lies of P in there, and yeah, I guess you can consider it in essence an RPG, but I really don't consider it an RPG. You know what I
right, I
mean?
don't
Like,
understand how that beat out. Yeah,
Yeah.
how that would
how
beat
can
out
that beat out
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts? And just some of the categories in general, just things I just questioned some of them. One of the categories I saw was like best multiplayer, and Mario Wonder was in there. And granted, I liked Mario Wonder, and it's a good game. I had not played the multiplayer, but how can it
Yeah.
be like nominated for best multiplayer when all the multiplayer is you playing your level with ghosts of other players playing online in the background, and if they die, they can touch you and bring you back to life.
Well,
There's
I
no
know that
really interaction. There's no real. I mean, you could play two-player online, but that's nothing new. You know what I mean? Like, so how can that be best multiplayer?
what's the Mario Paint game, Mayo? What am I thinking of? There's two of them. Mario with the paint
Mario
gun.
Paint.
Uh, I know Iams is probably yelling at me right now because he loved the first one. It's on the Switch, right? It's in the Mario kind of a what am I thinking of? So there's two of them, and I know that the both of them actually won like damn near Game of the Year 2 years in a row. So I never played it on the Switch, but I know they were pretty popular when they first came out, especially the first one. But yeah, I was like, wait a minute, multiplayer of the game. I thought it would have been Call of Duty or Battlefield or something, yeah. But yeah, it was actually some painting games. So
And yeah, like I said, like you
Yeah,
said, Jesus,
party animals is best
and that was another one.
multiplayer.
Like that game got really low ratings. I mean, it's a fun
yeah,
game. It's not. I think if you look at it on like Metacritic or something like that, it's not that high. I don't think. I don't think it got
Yeah,
like. I think a lot of people were giving it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. But yeah, this is going to be in the running for multiplayer of the year. Or
I'm looking at Metacritic right now. It's sitting at a 76. So not super high, but not super low either.
right,
Um,
but it should a 76 get you nominated to best multiplayer. You know,
what else came out this year that was multiplayer?
Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter, Baldur's
That's
Gate,
in there. Baldur's
um,
Gate's in there. Diablo's
uh,
in there.
yeah.
yeah, Diablo. Um, I'm sure there's somebody like not off the top of my head, that
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Some of these nominees in these categories are like, yeah. I don't know.
some might just feel like they put a game in there to put a game in there. You know what I
Most
mean?
most most anticipated game, motherfucker, put GTA 6 right there.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be for next year though, so it ain't gonna be in that group.
Oh man.
But then how can you? Well, I guess these trailers we'll see this week won't count because it's December. So
Yeah. I yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. Like best esports, they have the usuals. There's nothing new there.
yeah, yeah. Unless you're really into that stuff, those are gonna be hard ones. Like no real gripe there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of Splatoon, Mayo. Not
No, I was
exactly Mario,
wondering when you
but
said Mario, so I couldn't remember I didn't know what you were talking about for sure when you said Mario Paint, but Splatoon kind of
there
was
is a
crossed my
game
mind.
Mario
But
Paint, which I played, but yeah.
yeah, back in the day, I used to have that
Splatoon.
thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm still stuck in the old
Splatoon.
school Cube and yeah, SNES games. But yeah, Splatoon never played. There's actually three of them, right? There's Splatoon 1, 2, and 3. So
Is there?
But yeah,
I knew there's two of them. I didn't know there's a third one.
I believe so. Yep. Yeah, that was last year, I think.
But yeah, I just feel like I said some of these categories. I'm kind of like, okay, I don't know, that game belongs or this game belongs, but I just
I'm
feel like
just
there's a
excited.
clear lack of Hogwarts in any of them. Like for RPG, like I said, leave Liza Pi out or Liza P out. Again, I
Yeah.
would put that in more of like an action adventure kind of game. If you want to give it an award or atmosphere, that one had a good atmosphere of music as well. But it's just like I
Yeah.
don't consider that an RPG. You know, Hogwarts is very RPG. Like it's just big open world. You're finding different gear and you're equipping different boots or
The one of the
gloves.
cool parts is I think Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna win Game of the Year, and I think at the
I
same
think
time
so.
they're gonna announce, hey, it's coming to Xbox like tomorrow or something.
It's already on
And then,
PlayStation 5, right? I believe it's
Mhm.
out already,
Yeah.
like they're
just
gonna
not
just
on
be like,
Xbox.
it's coming to the Xbox already. Like it's here. It's out today or something. They'll do some shit like that where it's out tonight. It's out right now. Like I think that's what fucking a lot of developers are gonna be doing. Like, this shit's out right now. Like it's out tonight. Whatever.
Yeah, that seems to be the new thing. When they start
Yeah.
doing that a little bit, they're like, "Oh, Shadow Drop."
Yeah. I think Fortnite's gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way, all this shit in Fortnite, this new Lego mode and fucking rocket racing mode and all this shit's out right now. Like it's out today. Like go fucking play it. Like we don't care.
You see some, yeah,
Whatever.
that rocket racing. They have like a Lamborghinis in there now. I guess they had like a
Yeah.
partnership with Lamborghini.
Yeah. But that's all I have for news, guys. So there's no more news. We're done with news. There's no fucking news. I'm over. I'm over it. That's it. Sega apparently has some sort of game they're gonna announce at the awards.
Sega does.
Yeah, Microsoft is
What do
saying
they make?
they got some important shit.
What do they make that hasn't come out in a long time?
Oh, I can't think of something they make because it come out a long time. They made a lot
I
of
mean,
shit.
they quietly had a Sonic game come out the other day, the same time Mario did. Um,
I don't know,
I don't know.
man.
They'll give us
Yeah,
a
who
modern
knows?
day Dead or Alive volleyball.
Maybe.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what they could announce. Like they're big IPs. Maybe there's something else that jumps out, but
Uh, yeah, I don't know. Who knows what they'll announce? But yeah, hopefully we get some good stuff, man. Hopefully, like it's a fun thing to do, fun thing to watch. Actually, looking at the time frame, I thought it started later at night. I might actually be able to watch the first couple hours of it, at least the first hour and a half. But we'll see. But that's all I have for news. What else? Where do we go from here, man? What do we do? What are we doing? I don't even know
well,
what to do.
I think we wrap it up from here. I mean,
Yeah, we're
we can,
done.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
Gunny's already
done.
putting stuff away over there. He's
Done,
like
Gunny, you're
putting
done.
his
I'm
pajamas
done.
on, everything. He's over there.
Christmas trees are done. I gotta, yeah, we gotta finish our Christmas tree here, and then post photos. Remember, people, post photos.
Yes,
Get your
beat
$50 on the line here.
Gunny's tree. That's the goal.
I should put mine
Um,
first, is what I should do.
you should. You should just post yours
Yes,
right
My
now.
second one's a little better.
get your picture up for Gunny, and then everybody else. It's our goal to beat Gunny's tree.
Yeah.
I put up my topper today. It's kind of lopsided, so
Oh
you
man,
should have no problem beating it.
Gunny's tree.
Yeah.
Beat Gunny's. We should have just named the competition that. Beat
Gunny's
Gunny's tree.
twig
Eh,
tree.
Just beat it. Like, whatever. What's better than Gunny's tree? Oh shit. Anyways, we're out of here. Where can we find you, Gunny?
Go find me over on Xbox and Steam and Uplay and all that stuff under gamer tag Gunny Chief over on PlayStation. Uh, Playing Cyberpunk at HGP_Gunny. Go over to speaking of PlayStation Plus, go over to the console corner, guys. For your PlayStation Plus members, play your Lego 2K Drive and Power Wash Simulator and Sable. So that would be for you PS4, PS5 players. Go check it out. And over on Epic, get your free games in, guys. Just go claim it, even though you don't have a PC yet. Just claim it. That's Jitsu Squad and Mighty Flight Federation. I have no idea what those games are. I claimed them so I can play them, maybe eventually, and just add them to my library. Where do we find you, Mayo?
You can find me everywhere on Steam and Discord, and the PlayStation Network, on Xbox, as the Mayo or the Mayo one of those two. Probably still be playing some Diablo. If you guys want to play some Diablo with me, hit me up. I might have to get a headset for my Xbox. That way I can maybe communicate with some people a little better because I do not have one.
Or we could do
But
Discord, right? Either way.
yeah, well, if I'm playing on my Xbox, I think Xbox has Discord support now, but I've never tried messing with it, and I don't have any audio hooked up to it, so I'll figure
Yeah,
something out.
I think it's your. I don't even know how to do it. I think your phone, right?
Yeah, I could use my phone.
Tablet. Yeah.
All right. And you can find me on everything as Jesus Walks a Lot. Just find me. And if you don't have a Discord or you don't want to make a Discord for whatever reason, the link to our Discord is in the show notes, by the way. If you do not want to make a Discord and you want us to post your Christmas tree, we can do that for you. Just reach out to one of us, let us know who you are and that you want your Christmas tree posted, and we'll enter you into the contest. But yeah, everyone post your damn Christmas trees. Like I said, Whichever one gets the most Santa emojis wins.
And I
That's
think you
the-
can right click on the picture, right? Just because I don't know how to work on Discord. I'll have maybe a picture up on there tonight, and I think after that you can
Oh,
maybe
you can do the
right
Yeah,
click on it,
right
and I
click.
think you can
Add a
add a
reaction.
tree.
Add a
Yeah, I think it's
reaction, and
reaction,
then
and then you type in tree. I think.
yeah, add a reaction. You could go to view more, and then you
that's
just
all
search.
free with your regular vanilla.
Yeah, and then I just typed in Santa, and the little Santa guy popped up.
I think if you type in tree, like or Christmas tree, I think you just do tree. And it shows a little tree that comes up as well. So
So I want the most Santas. Mayo wants the most trees. I want the most Santas.
yeah, we can do
Right.
Santas. That's fun.
I like Santas, Mayo. Okay, damn you, it's Christmas
You like
time.
Santa
Okay,
hats.
there
I
we
call them
go.
Santa hats.
Most Santas wins, and
Most Santas,
if there's
yeah,
a
most
tie,
Santas.
if there's a tie, we'll figure out what a tiebreaker is.
Yeah,
We'll maybe do a two tree vote or something.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. We'll be out of here. Remember, you have until the 25th. Get your fucking Christmas tree in there, and then you win. You win. All right, get yourself a nice $50 to get yourself something nice wherever. And yeah, we're out of here. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.